So you barely have to do anything.
Oh.
And actually have someone to maintain it, so you just really be hanging out.
So then I just stand by? I could do that, yeah. Now you're talking.
How does Will pick what he wants to do
Right.
for the Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
And he and I can mainly figure that out.
And I got 3 more talent submissions.
Oh, that's cool.
Bargained with, it can't be reasoned with, it doesn't feel pity, or remorse, or fear, and it absolutely will not stop, ever, until you are dead. Jason, Ellis. Viking, Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Night Ranger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross. Nipple, machete, fashion, a scintillating bloodbath, a hellacious fury, evil, cannabis, interesting, awesome, radio. Take your skirt off, let me see your tits. Take your panties down, let's see what you got. I'll part your butt cheeks, take a look. I wanna see inside your beaver. What's that?
It's the Jason Ellis Show. With Jason Ellis.
Bend over, let me see your arms.
Michael Solly.
I fucked everybody who ever asked me to.
Andrew Bruce.
I'll have one choice, please.
Kevin Kraft.
Yeah, I sucked that dick off too.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show. Don't think.
Hey! How's it going? That's great. I'm great. We're great. We're all great. Welcome to the show. It's, it's uncut. It's live and uncut. Like my Ronnie Rollback. Like an elephant trunk. With like, I mean, really, what is the animal equivalent to a penis? Is it me? I mean, who's a bigger dick? I'm like a dick shark, Michael.
I'm a little confused here because I was going to tell you that the equivalent, the animal equivalent to dicks would be animal dicks.
Yeah, no, that can't work out because I'm talking about the whole dick is one animal.
Oh yeah, gooey duck.
Who?
Gooey duck.
You talking about a duck?
It's not. It's a clam called a gooey duck.
Are you speaking Japanese? Are you showing off?
We
You
call
sound a little Asian right
we
now.
call it a gooey duck.
Who's we?
English speakers of the world.
Okay, I don't know. You never know. You could be going Tokyo.
It's
I mean, you're allowed
spelled
to.
geoduck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh
Yeah.
well, yep.
It's pretty
Oh,
much, there's your winner.
Right, there you go. Cool. Well, now we can move on. Should have googled that before I said, but I didn't know I was going to say that. But wow, it's got balls!
I know.
Holy crap! That's now I know.
Yeah.
I've seen people cook it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's so disgusting to watch it prepare because I'm like, nope,
Uh-huh.
too dicky for me to be tasting
Look at
that.
that clever man who held it in front of his crotch as if to say, imagine if this thing was my cock.
Should have put it in his pants. It'd be look realer. Anyway, yeah, that's
Gotta
great.
get sweat shorts allowed for that.
Super disgusting.
I must have consumed gooey duck at some point.
So have I.
I can't recall having done, but
But they chop it up so it doesn't look like a dick when you're eating it.
Yeah. I worked in a restaurant that served gooey duck. That's how I became familiar with that taste sensation.
You were working, mind your own business, and you were like, holy shit, there's a penis on the table. And then
I
someone said, no, it's a
It-
duck.
It's more like you got to learn the menu.
A gooey duck.
You learn the menu, and then you get to, like, in a really, really nice restaurant, what you're actually supposed to do, and I suppose some less nice ones, is you learn the menu, and then you spend one whole dinner service, or at least most of one, in the kitchen with the chef watching him prepare all the stuff, and you ask him a bunch of questions about what he's doing, so that when you're serving people, like, oh, tell me more about the gooey duck. You've actually had FaceTime with the chef and can pretty much relay what he told you about.
Oh,
the
okay,
duck.
okay.
So I think the first time I probably saw one was in the kitchen of a restaurant that I don't think is around anymore in New York called Esca.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I worked there for one weekend.
Why'd you get fired?
I quit. I didn't like it at all, and I chickened out. But my friend had gotten me the job, and it was a really good job, and he definitely bore a grudge against me for a while for having gotten me that job, and then me having quit in like 3 days. Can't really say I blame him.
Right, but you just knew it sucked for you.
I should have toughed it out. I should have actually.
Oh, there you go. You think it would have got better?
I think I would have gotten tougher. It would have got better. Everybody there was completely evil. Like, everybody was like backstabbing, whatever.
Yeah.
And there was one guy that I thought was my friend.
And he was the biggest backstabber.
And yeah, and I sat there. I didn't know what else to do. I sat there and I just folded napkins because that was the only thing I knew how to do. And I was gonna have a big stack of napkins when they got there. Like, look at me, I'm working hard. Look at all the napkins, linen napkins. And then a boss came in. He's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And my only friend goes, "What are you talking about? I just folded all those napkins."
What
And I
a
was
dick.
like, oh my god, these are sharks I'm swimming with here. And I went and worked in an even worse job for a while.
Sounds like a cutthroat business.
Yeah, but again, I was a babe in the woods. I was X-Rose getting off the Greyhound bus at the beginning of Welcome to the Jungle. I wasn't ready for what the big smoke New York City was going to throw my way. A year later, I would have been fine with it.
Big smoke, man. You got to watch out for New York City. You know what I'm saying? Well,
He's on his way. I think he's printing stuff.
wait, that's weird because I was about to get hyped on hyped Will, and now I'm like dehyping.
Despite the fact that the actually most talented hype man in the green room is staring right at you.
Man. New York City!
So many foreigners.
What?
Who will be my farmhand?
That's the first thing.
Yeah, it's a mixing pot.
Okay, yeah, it's a
Mixing pot.
They've always called it the mixing pot.
Yeah. So many foreigners.
Okay, so
Mixing pot.
So we need to do the thing with him that, what is it? It's like the pop psychology test where you just free associate. You say a word.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
has to- without thinking about it, has to tell you the first word that comes to mind. For
Yeah.
him.
Come in here. You can't press the button on it. You got to come in for this.
I mean, probably be.
Blackouts and turns into high tower.
Hype.
Bit like murder. My name's Andrew.
Yes, you did. What? Why are you panicking? What's wrong?
Oh no, Will just arrived. So he's
Well,
here.
good. You can come in too. Whoa! Fucking hell! The show started 20 minutes ago. Are you very happy with your life? You should be.
I am!
All right. Ah! Why is your chair so little and Andrew's chair so big?
I know, we should
What's
maybe
going on?
switch.
You look like his son, and that you're in trouble. You've got work, paperwork?
What? We all carry paperwork around the office all the time.
What do you think my briefcase is for?
Yeah,
I got a clipboard.
Andrew offered me a briefcase today, and I was like, it's not going to work out for me. I have to backpack for life. That's it.
This would have been a big carrying case for you to lug around.
Yeah, no, I don't
Would
know.
have looked silly, but
Skateboard guys don't do that.
I bought it.
I'll be 80 and I'll have a backpack.
Question.
It's the best carrying bag you can get.
Do skateboard guys just always carry skateboards? Because I saw Tony Hawk yesterday, and he just had a skateboard with him.
He's a little bit different.
He always has one.
He's gotten into many fights at airport security.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Just and they turn into very dangerous weapons.
We've
in
always
the hands
said
of an angry Tony
in
Hawk.
skateboarding, everyone's always known never to try and take Tony Hawk's skateboard away from Tony Hawk.
I think he
Like
might have
one time at a contest, someone tried to do that, and that turned out to be very ugly.
It's like taking away Linus's blanket.
He did tweet about it.
He had
Did you
like
see
2
that?
yesterday. I think he had 2 when he walked into the
Yeah,
studio.
he gives them to people.
Yeah, he's riding one and he's whacking one.
One's for protection and one's for skating.
He sent out a pretty angry tweet.
Message threat to everybody.
Yeah, it was.
Any motherfuckers touch my skateboard, I'll
yeah,
fucking kill you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah, no, he says it all the time.
It was the flight attendants apparently made him remove it from the overhead bin in case it falls on someone.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "That's never happened."
Yeah, and he would know because he's been on every plane in the world with a skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you do, he got regulation on you
Yeah.
because he's done the.
Did he have it on the wheels or did he have it on
He
the
calls
deck?
He knows what's
I
up.
know.
It's pretty straightforward that you can put it one way and yeah, that kind of would be a risk. Put it the other way, nothing to
Yeah,
worry
but
about.
so can the bags that are all sitting over your head. He's like, it's never happened in
Yeah.
all of his flights he's ever taken. And no, gotta put it under the seat.
Well,
Where it
this-
will block the aisle.
Yep.
Probably a foreign stewardess, right, Andrew?
Of course.
What?
Yeah,
in New York.
mixing pot of moron. Anyway,
I was supposed to hype up New York, and I started with there's a bunch of foreigners there.
fucking
Just
yeah, no, because you weren't here.
Yeah, I
you were
know.
walking over.
That's because I was busy
Yeah.
working on the show.
Oh, on this show?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was printing the very things that he
Right.
put in his briefcase and then carried everything
Yeah.
and now holds in front of you.
Well, how much time did you spend putting it in a briefcase?
Well, I put it on the clipboard, and then I
Right.
put the clipboard in the briefcase, and then I walked it over
And then
here.
you handcuff the briefcase
Yep.
to yourself,
Mhm.
just in
Right.
case.
Yep.
Did you
and
lose
then
the key at one point or something?
I uncuffed it, opened the briefcase, took the clipboard out, removed it from the clipboard, and now it's ready to go.
Okay then. Well, that's great that we all solved that problem.
New York, you say?
Yeah, New York, man. What about that? You know the city?
Woo! City never sleeps. How about those Mets? It's off season. Giants football. Knicks suck. Fuck you, Nets. You're in Brooklyn. New York. City.
Man, he really needs a bed, huh?
Yeah, this is the worst beat poetry I've ever heard. No, come to think of it, no, it's not.
You're like a below average crazy homeless person.
If you did that in front of an artistic group of people,
I think I'd get snaps.
you would get snaps.
What?
Sure.
Wait, what snaps?
People don't clap. They like snap for poetry slams.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yes. Yeah.
my
You
phone
still-
just told me to breathe.
Excellent advice.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Is it measuring your heart rate and it just goes up during that part?
Smash everybody.
Mhm.
I almost headbutt the world, Will. Wait, Will, are you gonna do news?
Sure, why not?
Oh, fuck, I love Will's news.
And then we also got some new Ellis Fans Got Talent submissions
Wow.
for later on.
Alice fam, you're gonna be proud. Alice fam, you know?
Woo! So talented, guys and chicks doing videos of things that they think are good. Some not so much, but there's a chainsaw in today's one, and that's awesome. I gotta work on that.
I'm pretty excited about this.
I was. From ABC News in Pennsylvania, state police say a man was found dead behind his home after a violent explosion.
Dead!
Is there a different
Explosions!
Well, this one was particularly violent. It broke windows in nearby homes, and the explosion happened on Monday, and the police showed up, and the fire department, and they weren't able to find the guy until Tuesday.
Because he exploded so hard.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, it was a homemade device, but they haven't described it further.
Yeah. You know those things where there's like a drunk old Mexican guy sitting on a seat and everyone's laughing because they know they're going to have that explosive steering wheel thing explode under them and they fly into the air?
Oh, yeah.
Seen those videos?
Yeah, because they did it with a Jackass. They did.
Yeah. But those guys are
airbags.
young. Those guys are young and ready to take on tussles.
Right.
When you're just like
Old.
65 and all you do is drink in the sun. Sorry.
And you're in your living room.
No, and you go and you're hanging out in the drive with all your friends in the street or whatever, and they're all laughing. Yeah, sit there, dude. And then they explode some old dude. Is that dude hurt for life?
He could be.
Because when it's got to be different. Maybe if you don't fall on the ground your childhood and then into your till you're 50, maybe you don't have. Maybe you just take a hit. I'm more inclined to think that if you're used to it, then your body can take it better. But maybe not.
Absolutely, positively. I was having this conversation with my wife last night. We were
Okay.
watching an NBA game, and for whatever reason, we started talking about Pau Gasol. The guy who's been in the league for forever. He's sort of an awkward, 7 foot tall, like 37.
I know who that is.
Yeah, and he kind of like went flying, and he fell on his side. He's like, "Ouch, that hurt a lot." And then he got up and went back to playing basketball. Ordinarily, a 7 foot tall, 37-year-old man with some miles on him, who probably weighs 250 pounds, goes flying through the air and lands on his side. That's a thing he takes with him for a couple days.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Pau was a little sore after the game, but you definitely get used to getting hurt.
Yeah, but there's a
You can
difference.
definitely lose the ability to get hurt. Look, no, if you break a bone, you break a bone. But, like, wear and tear, falling... Like, if you fall over, it will... I mean, we did play basketball with you one time.
Mm-hmm.
It will do more lasting damage than if the same thing happens to a Pau Gasol.
Yes, but I think that
It's a bad matchup, Michael.
I'm way better off, if I'm, I don't know, let's just say I'm riding a bike
Dirty.
and fall rather than somebody out of nowhere hits me because I have some sort of expectation. I'm in this zone of knowing that there's possible injury.
But isn't it a thing where if you fall and you don't know, you're more relaxed and you get hurt less, or is that just car accident bullshit?
But they say that about babies falling out of windows, is that they don't die as much as you would think because they don't tense up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah,
I've always
me
heard that.
neither. Because I always felt like, well, there's a fine line. There's catching a fall and doing some stuff on the way down that avoids maximum injury, and then there's no matter what, you're going to hit the ground as hard as a motherfucker, and there's nothing you can do about it. You didn't see it coming, or you did see it coming. I think when you didn't see it coming, you get hurt less.
Okay.
Which makes no fucking sense, but I don't know.
Let's just say we take you and a
An
person...
unstoppable force.
And a person who is in a coma. And
Right.
we hook you up to a catapult and throw you like, let's just say 30 yards down a football field.
Yeah.
Who is going to have more injuries?
Well, the guy in the coma is going to be in a coma.
Yeah.
Well, we know that. But who's going to have more relative injuries to their situation before they were catapulted?
Wait, what's 30 yards?
90 feet.
Oh, okay. On me. It's just the only thing that's different is I think that maybe he'd be so floppy that maybe he could land in a worse position that breaks more limbs because he'd be so flippy floppy. At least I'd be in a ball, so whatever the thing that hit the most would be broken. But still, just judged on what they say, I would have to say I would be the most hurt because you can fucking guarantee I'm stiffening up when I get cannonballed down a football field. I'll be like, oh fuck!
Yeah, but one would say that you would know how to land.
Yeah,
better.
but I don't know I don't know if it gets once it gets to 90 feet. That's what I'm saying. There's a certain point where I guess I don't like I've had a couple of dirt bike crashes where I'm like fuck, but you use the dirt bike to crash without like boots on or knee braces, and I was just in jeans and t-shirt and shoes, and I got catapulted 90 feet. I mean, I'm obviously like 40, 50 feet in the fucking air. Like when I land, I could land on my back, I could land on my head. I feel like I'm dead, aren't I?
Well, let me just interrupt quickly, interject. Certainly, there are people listening right now who have experience with people falling out of windows and stuff like that who might be able to shed some insight into this.
I would think someone who's involved in physics and biology would know if your natural instincts to put your arms out or whatever.
And tense up, which seems to me like your body tells you to tense up because that's
yeah,
a
but
good
tense
thing.
it. No, tense. Yeah, that's a. But
Which
that
flies
is
in
a
the face of the
separate
whole
issue.
baby thing.
It's a separate issue, tensing up and doing your natural deflective instincts. You know, your protection instincts. And I wonder if like putting your arms out or bringing them, whatever you do naturally, helps or hurts you more.
Well, I think there might be two other, like tensing up but not actually doing anything about it versus tensing up and moving yourself into a better position so you don't get as hurt. Maybe they don't take that into account.
Right, because there's 3 levels. One is the I'm a professional, I fall off shit all the time. Then there's like the baby. Well, what you're talking about is somewhere in the middle, and I suspect closer to the baby than you realize, which is if I'm going along on a bicycle, my body is in motion. It kind of has to know that falling is in play. I find as I get older and falling over and getting randomly hurt happens to me a lot less often than it did when I was, say, 12 years old, that I have lost my, I would have called it instinctive, but it wasn't. I'm out of the practice of falling properly. If you found, if we pitched 100 people spontaneously 90 feet through the air, I think you might be surprised at how many of them don't react intelligently in the air, even though they have a little bit of time to think about it because they panic.
I've got it.
Yeah.
If there was, remember that little stunt I did where I jumped on the back of that dirt bike with Scummy or whatever?
Yeah.
If I shot Kevin and Andrew and all you guys over, and all you had to do is just land on the resi mat, and you can have pads. And slide down it the safest way you see fit. If everybody did that, you would all be so fucking sore the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You might even like land in such a bad way that you might break something just landing on the resi mat, where I could slide down that all day. And I think even if I went bad and I land back versus you guys land on your back, I don't think I would be as sore, even if I'm not if I haven't done that for 15 years. I just feel like my body's like, oh yeah, that old thing.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's absolutely true. But the question is, are your natural instincts, the position that you naturally get into when suddenly you're, thrust into the air, is that doing you more harm than good?
I think if you are athletically inclined, not even athletically inclined, just awake when things happen. Like if you get thrown into the air and you catch where you are and start to adjust where your body is. I mean, I would feet and then flick to my side and roll. It depends.
Yeah.
If we're talking 100 feet, then it doesn't really matter. Feet, maybe I could smack everything, snap my spine and not hit my head and be alive in a wheelchair for the rest of my life versus fucking lawn dart and just headbutt the ground. So there's that. But if it's somewhere where you can actually live and maybe break an ankle or something, then for sure somebody who just doesn't go, oh, and freeze up like a kid, like a kid. If you go, oh, and look around and go, shit, I'm gonna land here, and put a foot down, and you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh man, I hurt my ankle, but I didn't, because if you just went stiff and you didn't look where you went, you might just land on your face and break your neck and die. So for sure.
Which might be the most desirable scenario in this situation, to die instantly.
Yeah, and I think without time to think about it, you might stiffen up your legs, which would be bad when they need to be kind of loose and bendable so that it absorbs some of the energy. But I guess we'll never know until we fling those coma patients through the air.
Look,
Well, what are they doing?
Right, like what the ones that you're pretty sure aren't going to wake up, you could throw them, right?
Sure.
I mean, not in this country. No
Yeah.
ethics. I'm sure the libtards wouldn't like that.
Right, Russia will throw them all day.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And plantation.
Can't
Can't wait to
Florida.
see that show.
There's a couple people who may have some insight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. In Plantation, Florida, the Sun Sentinel.
Wait, Plantation, Florida?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait,
What's wrong with Plantation, Florida?
the city's called Plantation?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
It's a
wrong?
weird name. I think it's a weird name.
Why is
I
it
don't
a
want
weird
to. I don't want to explode it. I'm not looking to go there
Why?
and. I'm a little bit confused. It's like welcome to church. They named the city church. You can't call it a church. Why not? Because I'm confused. I don't want to go to church, but now I'm in the city of church. Don't call it a plantation, or a Bob, or a church. Read
Okay.
between the lines. That's what I'm saying. You asked, I'm telling you. I'm answering you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I would
That's
give
my
you-
alleged opinion.
I would give you a slightly different. I wish I could think of a slightly better metaphor.
It's
than-
impossible. Those are the greatest
Analogy.
analogies ever.
Like, okay, I can't think of anything better than this.
You're
Like,
Told you.
if you wanted to name your town Columbine,
Yeah.
you know, you might say, well, I'm assuming Columbine High School is in a town called Columbine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just assume it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many lovely things about Columbine, but the immediate connotation is of something negative in our culture.
I
Yeah.
don't think of that when I think plantation.
I don't
You
think
are-
cock and balls is a bad thing, but I don't want to live in a city called cock and balls.
Would a place called Farmville be okay?
Not
That's what I
really.
mean. I don't think that the word farm. Of course, there were slaves working on farms
Yeah.
as well. I'm not even sure the difference between a plantation. Like, to me, plantation is like, I never hear that word without the word slave in front of it. In my world, which is not Florida.
I've
so rock
never
on with your bad
heard
self,
anybody
Florida.
say the words slave plantation ever.
Well, you guys probably just called them plantations.
Yeah, because that's what they were.
Cool. I don't live
It's a
in Florida.
weird name though, right, Will?
Render unto Florida what is Florida's.
Yeah.
Have fun, township of plantation.
Yeah. What about
I think.
corn dog? In the city of corn dog.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with calling it
They're
that?
probably
There's
in the
nothing wrong
corn
with
dog.
calling it corn dog. But I don't have to live there.
I've driven through Bucksnort, Tennessee.
I don't want to fucking live in Bucksnort.
You might. It's
If you're a
nice.
kid and you grow up in Bucksnort, you fucking hate your parents.
Got hassled by the cops in Bunkie, Alabama.
Bunky's okay. I'll live in Bunky.
But it's kind of weird getting fucked with by the Bunkie Police Department with Bunkie
Oh,
outside
if
of
I'm
their
a
car.
cop, I'm not working for the Bunky Police Department.
Well, these guys seem to like it.
The Bunky Police.
Yeah,
Doesn't
just doesn't.
sound
Yeah,
right.
no.
Anyway, the Sun Sentinel reports a female police officer was staying with her friend and her two sons after being displaced by Hurricane Irma.
hmm
She thought it would be a good idea to talk to the kids about gun safety because her bedroom door didn't lock and she was worried about the kids getting in there.
Did she shoot herself? Did she shoot the kids?
No,
Did the
no.
kids shoot
A
her?
cougar attacked them.
Yeah, a cougar
No one sees
attacked
that
them.
coming.
Jumped through the window.
No. She did tase the kid.
What?
She was apparently
Playing?
removing the taser. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. I
It
don't
hit
really
the-
see how that's
It
possible,
hit
Michael.
the kid in the leg.
Yep,
and
so
he's
what?
Fine.
Yeah. Why, you should have.
Well, right,
Who
and
ratted it? Who
everybody-
ratted him out?
And probably the emergency medical responders.
Oh,
but-
because it actually electrocuted the kid, right?
Well, the police sergeant, did announce that she's going to be undergoing additional training. So that's
yeah, they
how
gotta do
this
something.
kind of
Because
thing
in
comes
the
out.
world now, so we can't just go, that was fucked up. That was really stupid.
Yeah.
Don't you, everybody, I'm a sex addict. Just not just like, I did some stupid shit. I knew it was bad. I didn't think I would get caught. Fuck me. Fuck everybody on the dick. We can't do that anymore. I just think that we are participating. We're part of the mainstream media that draws attention to the one time a lady accidentally tasers her kid and overlooks the thousands and thousands of times nobody's talking about when parents safely teach their kids about taser safety.
Also, a lady in Missouri safely taught her kids about taser safety yesterday.
You got some lot of taser news.
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's important. People need to know about tasers.
Saudi Arabia became the first country to grant citizenship to a robot. I know.
Wait, are they even a cunt? They're not
What?
real, are they?
What's
Saudi Arabians, yeah, they're just like, no, they're crazy people,
They're
right?
real.
No, but they have like the law where you can't be a woman and shit.
You can't be a woman.
Yeah, isn't
in
it like
Saudi
something like that?
Arabia.
Yeah.
But I am a woman. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're not. If you say you are again, I'm gonna throw a rock at you.
But
If
at
you're a
this,
gay woman, you don't exist twice.
Yeah.
at this,
From -2 on the census.
this happened at this Future Investment Initiative, which is this big conference where rich people show off their technology to other rich people. Anyway, the SoftBank CEO billionaire Masayoshi Son announced that super intelligence is coming and faster than you think. He says in about 30 years, artificial intelligence will have the IQ of 10,000.
Let me ask you this. Because I was just talking about this before the show. I
Yeah.
got the cameras in here, right?
Uh-huh.
I think I could be wrong, but I think I'm live on YouTube as well right now. But my cameras don't really work that well, and I have cords that are over my lap, and they stop me from getting past telly. Why is there cords on cameras that connect to your laptop, but yet there's a robot that's getting citizenship?
You didn't buy
I feel like
Bluetooth cameras?
No, I feel like
Mhm.
I am being deprived of the technologies of today because I am not one of these people that you're talking about that was at that meeting.
Saudi
Billionaire.
Arabian lesbians.
It's not fair. Give me seedless watermelons and no cords.
I think each of those things do exist. You need to only purchase them.
They don't have that.
Seedless watermelons?
No, I know that, but I'm saying that the other miracle, cordless cameras.
Of course they do.
They don't have cordless cameras.
Of course they do.
No, they go live.
Aren't there GoPros that go live?
They don't.
Yeah,
no.
there are.
Yeah, but you got to plug them in.
You don't. There are cordless.
No, there isn't. Show me.
Andrew, you be the judge. Show us a cordless internet camera.
You can't just say that.
Not just Bluetooth or anything.
In the meantime, so if a robot or AI, whatever you want to call it, had an IQ of 10,000, that
Yeah.
would make it 100 times smarter than an above average intelligence human.
An average intelligence human.
Is
Yeah.
100? Is
It's
100
about average,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right, so 100 times smarter. So to try to understand that, what is 100 times dumber than us?
A
person
dog?
with an IQ of 10.
Yeah, but that person isn't alive. Like even like severely disabled people, I think, are like 60 or 50 or something.
So that tells you what kind of scale we're talking about here.
Yeah, maybe a dog as smart as we are. I don't know if they can really give animals IQ, although I'm sure they've tried. Yeah, it's kind of staggering to think about. If such a being or
Mhm.
entity were to exist,
Yes.
it probably could very easily outsmart us, a la the way we outsmart squirrels.
Exactly. And
Sometimes I throw the ball in the air, but I don't throw the ball in the air. My dog thinks that I threw the ball in the air. And,
that's
And you
that's
can-
what
and
we
you
and
can-
I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, personally.
that's
And then
what
I'll
the
say,
computers
you're a
will
fucking
do to you.
idiot, and I can tell that he doesn't even know that I think he's
Right.
a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Right. And that's what the computer will be doing to you, is throwing a virtual ball and you going, huh, where'd it go?
I'm okay with that.
It's called Twitter.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, and of course that robot that has that IQ would be able to invent a robot that's smarter than itself.
Yeah, okay. Wait, are you trying to scare me?
Singularity.
Wait, can't they? Why do they? What?
I'm just going to
Do you
repeat my point again, which is before it gets to that point where it's completely out of control, it gets to the point where it's just about out of control, and it's pretty obvious that it's just out of control. And then we go, we got to shut these things down, like for real. And then we get rid of the internet, and it slows down global business, but we are better as people.
That's a great fairy tale there, Tully, but that's not going to happen.
What about this? They super smart and they take over and they run the world, and we just live like dogs. We go chase balls. We don't have to work no more.
Or what about we live like kings because they don't have any will to power? Because
Yeah.
what the fuck do they want?
Yeah, they just
Why would a robot have hopes and desires?
They just serve us more efficiently than ever before. Everybody becomes rich and successful and lives a life of luxury.
It's only natural to think that if everything were to change because we value what we have, it's only natural to assume that if everything were to change and our lives were to turn upside down, that would be a bad thing. But is it not an equally likely scenario that it would be the greatest thing ever?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that not a possibility?
Well, if you talk
Mr.
about
Downside guy?
if you talk about artificial intelligence,
Yes,
you talk
it's always been
about,
evil.
Something being sentient, if something knows it exists, if it has the desire to keep itself healthy and create other things like it, like we do, then yeah, we could be a problem for that thing.
Okay.
We could be a problem for the
Yeah,
robots.
look,
that we need to
can
solve.
you agree? I agree that maybe that could happen, but can you agree that me and Tally think that it also has a 50%
totally.
chance that it could just be
No, I
sent?
wouldn't say 50% chance.
Why so dark, bro?
That's
Think
what
about
I've
this. Think
always
about this.
been.
All prostitution becomes legal, and no humans do it anymore because all the robots do it. And then there's so many robot whores, and they're super cheap, and there's probably free ones and stuff. So there's no more sex offenders because there's no need to.
So you're having sex with your washing machine.
Wait.
I don't think that's going to be very fulfilling.
Wait, is it? I'm confused, Will. Is it super intelligent or is it a washing machine?
Super intelligent washing machine.
Wait a minute. Well, then I'm not scared of a
Well,
super
then-
intelligent washing machine.
A super intelligent monkey is a person, dude.
Yeah,
A
bro.
super intelligent washing machine isn't really a washing machine.
Yeah, bro.
Is it?
Think about it.
Okay,
Do you think
so
a
you'll have
super
sex
intelligent
with a
wash?
monkey,
Do you
Tolly.
think? Yes, if it was really smart. If it was like,
That's what you're
if it said yes.
Well, and also here's the thing: we are not. If you want to get like kind of deep on this, okay. So one of the facets of human beings being alive and aware of our existence is that we want to perpetuate the species, right?
Well,
but
but
we're not.
so do all animals.
Right, yes. But animals are not centrally wired to one another. Certainly, actually, if every human being had an internal server that was dictating to all of us, at some point that server would say, hey guys, actually calm down on the procreation. There's plenty of us. Probably too many. But that's not the way it works because we are not centrally wired. The robots will be, and why would they assume they need more and more and more and more and more? Isn't it far more likely that they get to the proper number that they actually need and stop there?
No.
Yeah, Will.
No.
Oh no. Duck,
Because-
duck, duck.
Number one, the reason we have to slow down on procreation is because if we become overpopulated, we use up all of our resources and we're unable to sustain the species. The reason a robot wouldn't care about that is number one, it doesn't need a lot of the same resources we do, like food and oxygen.
Do you know how hard it is to get unobtainium?
But
Yeah, they need power.
But
Good point.
you could also
And the only way a robot gets power is from unobtainium.
launch spaceships in all directions to go to other planets to find other materials needed for, creating more of them.
What's that got to do with us?
Well, what about that? If they have the entire universe
Yeah.
to play with, well, then
Uh-huh.
fucking get lost.
Yeah.
Right down here. Why are you gonna fuck with us? We made
Yeah,
you.
maybe they'll come back with some
Don't you
cool
owe us-
shit.
Don't you owe us a little something for making you?
That would be a good argument to bring to your robot masters when your time comes up and they bring you to the emulsion chamber.
Yeah, wow, way to go. Now they're just a bunch of robot Hitlers. Awesome.
Wow, doom and gloom.
Somebody won the lottery.
Yeah, they're going to be broken in like 10 years.
Yeah,
but-
I'm sure robot's gonna take all their money.
What seriously is the first thing you do when you find out you have $190 million?
Ten.
Hide.
That honestly, that's the first instinct I have is
Lamborghini with my
number
face
one,
on it.
No, see, that's bad.
Why?
Because that's why people go broke.
Wait,
The first
190 million and I can't get a Lamborghini with my face on it?
That-
What's the point?
thing- No, you can later. But the first thing
No.
you got to do is not let anybody know this happened.
Okay, so get the money, go to the Lamborghini store, buy a Lamborghini, take it to the rat place, have them put your face on it, and then drive the fuck out of town.
Wait, why do I care? Why can't I tell them when I have 190 million dollars?
Because people come out of the woodwork.
Who's coming out of the
people try
woodwork?
to murder you.
Oh, come on, If you
yeah.
murder me, how do you get 190 million dollars?
Scammers all get a hold of
But
you,
I
and
just-
then you can't
no.
tell who's your friend, who's not, who's really telling you what to do.
Yeah, that so what?
If I want 100
No, the answer's still no.
But look, the fact is,
No one can have the money. No.
you said it yourself. Most of these people go broke. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, that's because people who play the lotto are dummies.
Yep.
If I win $190 million, I find out how much money that actually really is,
Yep.
and I go through my phone and I figure out who my real friends are, and I go, seriously, how much money would you need to really be set? Like your house and then some. And then everybody gets that. Don't ask me for shit after that. Anybody else who's like, but what about the starving children of Bolivia?
Never liked them.
I go, I will be setting up a trust for my money that will take effect upon my natural demise, and I will make it part of my life's work to figure out the best thing that my money can do.
And then you just don't actually have anything when you die. You find out that
Oh,
there
he
was
fucking
nothing
spent
in
it
there.
all? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. That's the way to go.
I would love to have that problem. I really think I could handle it.
Me too.
I really do believe I could handle it.
See, I do too, but there's so much evidence out there that shows that
I'm
people
already
can't
in the
handle
pocket
it.
of no friends.
Yeah, but
If
how
you
do you-
reach out to me now, it's so obvious why you did that.
Yeah, dude,
Because you haven't been. There's nobody that's like, hey man, remember.
Look, even when
I didn't do
like
that
I was like
Tony Hawk's like, I finally did it. I
Mhm.
beat someone to death with my skateboard. Help me, Chase.
Yeah, no, I'll give you money for that. That's different. I'll be like, I got a place for you. I got a pad.
So I would
I
be,
got a wig for you. You'd be sweet. Hang out with me.
I would be on the radio somewhere in some city or whatever, and the giant concert that nobody can get tickets to would come to town, and somebody would call me. Hey, dude, remember me? And we went to 4th grade together.
Yeah, no.
That multiplies
Don't even
by
answer.
a million when
Man,
you...
190 million. First of all, I would have a giant compound, and then I wouldn't answer to anybody, and then yeah, like Tully did. Like if anybody, I'm not calling everybody I can think of, but it's just like it's a 3-second decision. You know, hey man, I heard you got 190 million. They'd be like, oh yeah, shit. Do you want any? You know, or you know, like it's Peyton or something like that. Do you want some? Because I'll fucking send you some if you want some. I got 190 million. And then there's like everybody else. Hey man, I've told you for a long time. I don't fucking care, dude. You can come and hang out at my giant 190 million dollar whatever that gets you mansion.
Pretty big mansion.
Yeah, that I don't feel like. You know, and then there's no
duplex.
there's no
Yeah.
dude that I haven't talked to for 10 years that's getting in.
Right.
Right.
You know, I get text messages every now and then from people that I know didn't like me and now think they like me. I won't even talk to them. I don't have any money. Just, I remember you. No.
Right. They are going to be, I think, voting on whether Massachusetts is going to join the Eastern Time Zone.
Does it not currently belong to the Eastern Time Zone?
No.
What time zone is it?
No, it isn't. It would leave the Eastern Time Zone and go to the Atlantic Time Zone.
Man, I don't know what that is.
What's
Wait,
it
how many
basically-
is there in America? 4? I thought there's only 2.
There's 3, but if they have, well, unless you
There's
count
4.
Alaska
Oh,
and
Central,
Hawaii.
sorry.
There's 4. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacific, Central, Mountain, not in that order, and Eastern.
Yeah.
And then Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah, which brings up the whole daylight savings thing and all that, and the crops and people going to school when it's dark and all that. I think the world should be just on one time.
Hmm.
You know, like
Hammer time.
Ooh.
Yeah, whatever time
I'd be
it is.
super into that.
Whatever time it is.
It's just
Yeah.
hammer time. What
know,
time
and
is
at,
it?
And at like 11:59 on New Year's, MC Hammer just comes out and goes, "Stop, Hammer time,"
Yeah.
and that's it.
Back in.
Like it's noon. It would be noon in Moscow right now, and
Streets
London,
just dancing
and
with
here,
giant pants on.
And everywhere.
Whoa.
It's just like, okay, now I go to sleep at noon and I wake up at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
What
It would
purpose
just
would-
solve everything.
What purpose would be served by?
Everybody would be on the same time. You wouldn't have to do math.
That's not like a real. And I mean, I both work for a company that's based in New York and belong to a family that's based in New Jersey, so
Mhm.
I probably have a more day-to-day issue with this than almost anybody listening, and it's not a problem. I just had 3.
My phone tells me what time it is. I had a meeting with somebody in New York 2 days ago or yesterday, I don't know, and they called me at their time when I said
Exactly.
10 a.m. They called me at 7. I was
That
like,
would solve everything. One time, one world.
Mm.
But then
No.
yeah, because then you'd be like, are people awake in London
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, that ain't right.
It's noon. I don't know.
You don't want to have your whole thing like lunch in the middle of at night, just because of you.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm flying to the other side of the world over Christmas, and like, what if they said, "Oh no, you just land. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No big whoop." And then I get there, and fucking the country of Indonesia is asleep.
Speaking of New York, they have a mayor race going on there.
No, don't. Wait,
well-
mayors are racing each other?
Well, I mean, it's a political
cars?
contest. Yeah. And candidates are always trying to dig up dirt on other
what'd they
candidates.
find?
Well, nothing. This guy, I mean, people just know about it. They didn't have to dig up anything on him. Aaron Comey is a libertarian candidate from the Bronx who hijacked a plane.
Yeah, but why?
What kind of plane are we talking about?
What kind of what was he sending a message?
It was at JFK Airport, and it was a 757, a Boeing 757.
Where was it going?
It was going to Las Vegas.
Where did he want to go to Vegas, or did he want it to go somewhere else?
No, well, at first he wanted to parachute down to another continent, and at other times he asked to be flown to Argentina and talked about waging a war on Cabal, a non-existent secret group that he believed would take over the world through mass destruction.
Is it a crime to do drugs when you're younger?
He was not
You
on
get on a
drugs.
plane? Oh, really?
Schizophrenia.
Okay, he shouldn't be in charge of anything.
Well,
But anybody can declare.
he says he's gotten better
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
without the use of medication.
Good for him. Wow, I would like to see a self-help book from him.
Well,
He's
voters are rational. They'll be able to make an informed decision as to whether or not he's better.
Yeah,
The
Donald
man for
Trump's
the
the
job.
president.
So what's the problem?
Yeah.
He says it's definitely a valid question about the hijacking.
Mm.
How can we trust
He admits
you?
to that.
How can we trust you when you
Yeah.
try to
When
hijack
you
a
hijack-
plane?
yeah.
Mistakes have been made.
And
He says, I'm not the same person as I was.
Yep.
I was definitely severely mentally ill when I did that.
right, and now he's fine.
Now everything's fine.
Okay, it's
Why
been
don't we
years,
Start him with a smaller job to see how he does. We'll make him like the mayor of Jersey City.
but he does have a smaller job. He ran some other shit, right?
I don't know what his job history is.
And by the way,
Oh.
Will, I consider it defamatory for you to say that the secret society he was talking about is non-existent, because by its very definition, you would not know if that secret society really did exist.
Yeah, fucking Will. Good point,
yeah.
Michael.
No, bad point. Michael, I am reading a quote.
Yeah, Will. I mean, Michael.
From him?
No, from the authorities.
Okay,
Yeah.
The authorities are definitely going to be like, yep, the Cabal, our secret organization that's running
It
all this,
doesn't matter
definitely
what
real.
they think or do.
Yeah.
I think that the
It
authorities-
is what they said.
Yeah.
What makes you think that the authorities know about Cabal?
They
Yeah.
don't.
Deep state, baby.
Yeah.
Also in New York, police are looking
Yeah.
for nose-picking masturbator.
Well, wait. Okay, that's pretty
And
tricky.
not just
At the same time?
any nose-picking masturbator will do. It has to be the specific one.
Yeah, wait, there's more than one.
Police are looking for
So
a
if their
man.
dragnet accidentally picks up another nose-picking
Yeah.
masturbator, they'll
Throw
let
him
him
back.
walk?
Yeah. Authorities say a 32-year-old man reported seeing the suspect masturbating on a train. Then 2 weeks earlier, a 34-year-old woman had seen the suspect masturbating on a northbound train.
And picking his nose.
No injuries were
Well, of
reported.
course there's no...
Police released a photo of the suspect in which he appears to be picking his nose.
Oh, so he masturbates and picks his nose. He doesn't pick his nose and masturbate.
Yeah.
Not simultaneously.
Wait. Oh, he's not picking and yanking at the same time.
Right. I'm
Oh.
a picking it. I'm a jank.
That's a busy hand, though.
Did you ever jerk off while you poop?
A Blumpkin? Man, I feel like that's personal, even between two men.
Yeah,
The
no.
locker room talk, I feel like you've gone past locker room talk, quite frankly.
I agree. And no, I
Yeah,
haven't.
me
Me
neither.
neither.
That's a weird thing to stir up.
Yeah, it's a little suspicious.
It just seemed like the next logical step in this. Can't jerk off while you pee.
Remember that?
Yes, you
I
can.
tried.
You can jerk pee out of your boner. Sorry, Will. You were saying.
Definitely not.
You were saying?
Remember the girl who married herself?
I
do.
Yeah. She sucks. She's like hideous and
She
boring.
cheated on herself.
with a person.
Yeah. They have this. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna read that.
Well, now we have to know.
But it's that.
We have to.
It's the one chip challenge.
I don't know what that is.
It's a
eat a
really,
potato chip.
really, really hot potato chip.
Okay, move on. Yeah.
Why is it so hot?
Ghost pepper.
Oh, spicy hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't cook it.
Wait, they have spicy potato chips?
Yeah, and we don't want to see this video.
Why not?
Man,
It's nothing.
why are you such a cocktail?
Yeah, wait, some radio.
No,
I mean, some
Here's a
TV.
story I don't want to talk about that has video you definitely shouldn't
No,
watch.
it's just not
Some
good.
TV. Yeah, wait, because she eats it and she gets burnt. Does it burn her mouth?
Goofy people sitting around going, "Oh, well, let's eat the chip. Oh, so I better not eat the chip."
Is she okay?
Yeah, sure.
On camera?
No.
Oh, play that!
Off cam. Well, she.
This is on the news, man.
Okay.
Walter Cronkite, baby.
Wait, they're. I don't think it's very professional to do a TV show where you're fucking videoing yourself with your phone. Like, you don't get to save the video. We're watching you on TV.
Or eating chips. It's like 5 Tyreses doing the morning news.
I know, right? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That got her. She was about to lick. Wait. Man, these guys. Wait, she went under the table.
Just spit it out. Oh.
Alright, move on. Yeah, good point, Will.
Yeah.
Why did you make us watch that?
You
one?
fucking idiot,
I
Will. Why
know,
even bring that up?
I'm a dummy. We were talking about Russian missiles a couple
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do speed past the all the defenses and stuff.
No! I am shooting missile!
Well,
You will shut up!
The USS South Dakota
Mm-hmm.
advanced fast attack submarine joining the U.S. Navy fleet. It's supposed to be very, very quiet.
You talking about America's got a new submarine?
Yep. And
Fuck
it's
yeah!
Sweet.
Yeah! Look at our new sweet fucking submarine, you fucking pussies!
Right.
Yeah! Eat a fucking... where am I? Can you hear me? Boom! Too late! America!
It should be no surprise.
Quiet submarines!
People.
You be hanging out in your loud European submarine, all of a sudden, boom!
See, that's the thing.
America! America!
Submarines are awesome, as a
Yeah, but
official
silent
tool.
submarines.
Yeah, and because
You should see the fucking bathrooms in that thing.
yeah, we'll get some warning if like somebody launches a missile from Russia. But hey, if we're creeping up on you in our submarine, we could be right in that pool next to your house. You don't know.
Yeah. No, you be hanging out going, yeah, we are fucking Euros. Boom!
So just to
American!
be clear, Russia said we can penetrate your missile defense systems and nuke all of you, and we said yes, but we have a very quiet submarine.
Exactly.
Yeah! In your face, Europeans!
You'll never hear us there as
Yeah.
you wipe us off the face of the earth.
Oh yeah, what's that? I don't know. Could be us. Maybe it's not. It is! America!
Oh, and yeah, hey, good news. If you
What?
suffer from depression,
Yeah.
you're gonna die early.
Yeah. Nah, man. That's why I've got to make the most of it.
The sweet release of death.
Yep. Women have joined that group. So women who suffered from depression since the 90s are more likely to die early.
Equal rights, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this life sucks, and the portions are so small.
Right. Apple has been urged to change the way in which iPhone apps are granted access to stuff because, as one Austrian developer did, he built an app that was able to take pictures of its user every second and upload them to the interweb. When an app says, "Hey, is it cool if we use your camera to
Yeah,
take
no.
a picture
Oh,
of your
yeah,
credit
yeah,
card or
yeah,
whatever?"
yeah.
You've given it permission to take all the pictures it wants.
Fucking phone.
Yeah.
Man.
It's the robots and the phone.
We gotta get those fucking soup cans and the string back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll just see you at the park at 2:00.
Yeah.
That's it. If anybody wants to reach me
Yeah.
or do business with me, I'll be at the park at 2. You figure that shit out yourself.
That's
It
what my
worked-
friend
it
does.
worked for quite a while.
My friend does that. My friend does not have a cell phone. And he's like, if I meet somebody, damn it, we got to meet at this time, at this place,
Yeah.
or it
Yeah.
is not happening.
Yeah.
Today's the day all the
I've got to
secret-
start localizing an establishment, I just realized. Otherwise, this isn't going to work out.
Yeah, you can find me down at the club.
Yeah, right?
That's what they used to say in my
The clubhouse.
Meet you at the door.
I'll be in there. So you can't miss me.
All the secret government JFK documents. Are
Yeah,
coming out.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
cares?
CBS Dallas interviewed the detective who was the first to interrogate Lee Harvey Oswald, who says, hey, dude, there's not going to be anything surprising in these documents.
Yep.
Well, it's cool. I mean, I'm interested for the day that they come out because I'll wake up and the internet will already be freaking out one way or the other, and it'll either be like, wow, that's some real new information, or it'll be like, yeah, it's really boring.
Exactly. I tried to get on there, and it would not allow me to search for something. I don't know if
Maybe they're not declassified.
the
yet.
National Archives has declassified them yet, or if everybody is like getting on there and doing a search on Grassy Knoll and seeing what comes up.
Yeah, sure, man. They'll tell us if there's anything good in there.
Yeah. Lionel Richie is a smart man.
Yeah.
He is.
Not necessarily. Go ahead.
He's a marketing genius.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to be on American Idol, apparently.
Smart.
And he has
Maybe.
a catchphrase that he's going to be using.
Okay, now I'm a bit worried.
And now he's applied for the trademark
Already?
for use on various objects for his catchphrase.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, here's a guy who's like,
He's like the Black Gene Simmons.
I'm gonna be on this TV show, and why don't I come up with a catchphrase and then I can print it all over shit and people will buy it.
I agree with every single one of those things, but I feel like
God,
it's...
Katy Perry looks like shit.
I agree. I feel like you really want to float a catchphrase and try to make it catch on or quote unquote organically and then be prepared because you already have the trademark on. I feel like when I show up being like, got a big trademark coming, it makes it 10 times harder to launch that.
I don't think.
Who's
he
that guy
wanted
with the
people to know.
beard?
Oh, I see. You didn't want people to know. Yeah, I don't know who that dickhead is. I'm going to guess he's the country leading fucktard of the moment.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah, there you go. Right. I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, we have pop star.
Fucking do. I'm Luke Bryan. Okay,
Pop
dude.
star, token, R&B star, and country guy.
He's a legend. He's a, what is it called when you reach that?
Icon.
Yeah, he's an icon.
So why he might not be that bright, I heard this thing that's probably not true, that when he made, was it Dancing on the Ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted, because Michael Jackson he had, you know, that Lionel Richie was like, oh, I want an African thing in my song too. So,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he went to his friend and was like, get me some African stuff. And was supposedly surprised when his friend came back and was like, there's no African language. Turns out there's like 100 different languages, 100 different dialects of African, aka different
Right.
languages in Africa.
Right.
So that didn't seem like a very bright thing to have happen in your life.
Speaking of which, I saw this African band. Well, actually, they're a Brooklyn band, but they do like African beat stuff. Playing at Amoeba, and they were amazing.
What's amoeba?
It's a record store.
Oh, yeah.
Well, his catchphrase, Lionel Richie's catchphrase is,
Goddamn, man, this music video I'm watching right now, Lionel Richie in the 80s dancing on the ceiling. Man, is this gay?
that's a long catchphrase. And
All his friends are very gay. I don't think he knows any of these people anymore.
How do they do it where they can dance on the ceiling?
I don't know, man, but it's freaking me out.
It's hard to figure out.
I'm gonna punch his guitarist in the face.
Oh my God.
Just how can you make such undisputably great music as Lionel Richie and then be like, yeah, no, this is the new song? Like, how can you sleep at night?
He made a lot of
on
money
on
off
a
that
pile
song.
of money with
Yeah,
many beautiful women. I know.
exactly.
I know.
Okay, the catchphrase is, here comes the judge.
Okay. Well, I really
So-
wait. So he's just planning
Yes.
if it does take off, he'll be ready to make the most money out of it.
You'll be
Just
able
being
to
professional, that's all
buy
that is.
that on rugby shirts, salt
Wait,
and pepper
they're
shakers,
already selling it.
piggy banks, wine goblets, tote bags,
Okay.
checkbook holders, pen and pencil cups, face plates for cell phones.
Is American Idol
magnets.
people watching that?
I hope so for Lionel's sake.
And they're just predicting that it's gonna be big again.
Here Comes the Judge is
Okay.
already a thing. Wasn't
Yeah.
that somebody's catchphase in like the 70s?
Here comes the judge.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Yeah, it
Earlier
was.
than the 70s.
I want to say it was on a television show featuring a predominantly black cast.
Yeah, for sure was.
Here
Was
comes
Cheech
the
Marin in the
judge.
video
Yes.
for Dancing on the Ceiling?
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah, now I get everybody.
He's like, oh, that's crazy. You're on the ceiling. I'm out of here, man. That's pretty much what his cameo
You guys are local.
I'm going to stay down here on the floor.
This is the year of the horror movie.
Yeah?
It's cool.
Even with 2 months remaining, 2017 has already become the biggest box office year for horror ever.
Woo!
Scary Movies
Love
have
horror.
collected $733 million in ticket sales, according to the website Box Office Mojo. This being reported by the New York Times.
Fake
Let's see.
news.
It and Get Out led the way, but Happy Death Day did well. We got the Jigsaw movie coming out, and
Yes, the prequel.
that will raise the total. So, yeah,
Yeah.
See the man
People are
behind
into it.
the doll on the tricycle.
right.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah, right.
Drone
I thought the
deliveries.
dude behind the tricycle died like in the first one.
But it's a prequel. It's how he got to be the guy.
Oh. Okay.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Yep.
Drone deliveries got a step closer to reality as the White House issued an order giving local governments more authority to conduct tests of drones. So, yeah, you might be able to get your Amazon dishware set, dropped off in your front yard by a flying robot.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that sound? That's the sound of red tape being cut through.
Thanks, U.S. government.
Yep.
No, the administration said it wants to open new commercial uses for aircraft and create jobs. So there you go.
For robots.
Give it a shot.
No, somebody's got to fly the robots or
Okay.
program them
For
or
now.
clean them or something.
Until they become super intelligent
Right.
and land on us and kill us all.
Nobody goes outside anymore because they just immediately get hit in the head with a drone.
Speaking of which, did you see that, what's his face, LaBouffe was doing some art project in France
Goddamn, he's a creative
that was
motherfucker, isn't he?
attacked by flaming drones?
Wait, what?
Yeah. He was doing a
Gay drones attacked his.
No, not flaming in that way. They were flaming like on fire. They were
How long do you fly if you're a drone on fire?
they were apparently trying to set his political art on fire.
What's his political stance?
I don't know. I'm sure it's
And what kind of art?
Oh, he's been doing that thing for a while.
bad,
And then
nothing. I don't know.
No, it's like we will not something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will not divide us.
Right.
Yeah, when so people came to divide him.
Right. Apparently the drone tried to set the art on fire for several minutes, but then it crashed.
So they, keep
Ah!
so they keep on putting up the "He will not divide us" flag, right? And then internet sleuths keep figuring out where it is and going to trash it. And I guess
Yeah.
they figured out where this one is and
Yep.
sent a drone to. Yeah, great.
There you go.
Take that.
Have you ever
You guys are following each
wondered
other.
if your kid is a psychopath?
Yeah. Wait, no, I don't wonder about that.
No, me neither. Well, if you want to find out, all you got to do is bring him to a comedy show, apparently.
If he doesn't laugh, he's a psycho?
Yeah! Because...
What about if the guy's not funny?
Laughter, yeah. Laughter is contagious, and they're saying that this new research shows that they can predict who's going to turn out to be a psychopath by the kids who don't, giggle a little bit when everybody else around them is laughing.
Getting psycho! God, psycho, you know what I'm saying, Andrew? Woo!
Psycho!
Elaborate!
I'm fucking nuts.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I'm psycho.
I was just saying...
I laugh at comedy.
A couple other quick stories.
You need a bed, don't you, every time? That's your problem,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'll remember that next time.
The witch hunt continues, and this time it's landing on Ellen DeGeneres.
Wait, she sexually harassed people?
Yeah.
Awesome.
No.
Oh.
I mean,
What
well,
did she jerk off on?
if you
I know, right?
believe, man. So
Who is it?
She posted a picture of her
Janice Dickinson.
looking at Katy Perry's breasts and
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
Back
now
when
people
Katy
are
Perry
like,
was hot. Look how hot Katy Perry is in that photo, and then look at her now. And there's nothing wrong with Katy Perry. It's just her haircut and her makeup.
I know she messed
She
up her
made
head.
her head look
She
stupid.
messed up her head so bad she made her boobs look worse.
It's time,
Right?
It's time to bring out the big balloons, said Ellen in a tweet, wishing Katy Perry happy birthday.
Yeah.
And that's upsetting to people.
Nobody really cares about that.
I know.
What about the Val Kilmer thing, accused by some actress way back when of getting too rough with her while she was auditioning for The Doors? So there's this thing going on where she said she accepted money to stay quiet about it after going to the police about it, and now she is breaking the non-disclosure agreement that she signed.
And rough in what way?
Let's see.
Because look at, we
struck her in the face.
Oh my god.
I got to the room. Val picked me up and shake me, throwing me to the floor. Oliver Stone stood there laughing the whole time. I went in my car and cried for 20 minutes. She said the actress and all the other potential actresses to be cast in the movie were warned they would be reading a volatile scene that could result in physical contact. Yada yada yada.
What was that story that Dustin was talking about being the actor who choked him?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Drink Your Milkshake guy? You hear stories about actors, getting into the roles and roughing each other up and stuff.
The police report reads, victim and suspect were reading a script for a movie role. Suspect became angry and struck victim on her face with his closed fist. Suspect grabbed victim and pushed her to the floor. Suspect jumped on victim and held her down. Ultimately reached a settlement with Val Kilmer, Oliver Stone, and Carol Co. Pictures for $24,500. And like I said, she signed a non-disclosure agreement, which she is breaking for this, in the same way that Harvey Weinstein's assistant broke an NDA to talk about her account of things going on.
Yeah.
Everybody take out the trash. Yeah.
I saw somebody on the news, Katie Show. Somebody reporting about what Weinstein did to her this morning. It's pretty gross.
Yeah,
if this happened now and we found out, there'd be like 10 people in jail right now for the rest of their
Right.
lives. Well, not for the rest
Well,
of their
but
lives.
here's the problem with Corey Feldman that I keep thinking with this is that if like maybe or maybe not, there's this organized pedophile ring that runs Hollywood, or maybe there's a couple of scumbags. Let's
Right.
assume the couple of scumbags thing
Right.
is true. Well, then he is a victim of abuse, which has stunted and made weird his emotional and mental
Right.
state,
Yeah.
which is which would lead to drug use, which would lead to you living in this fantasy world, which would lead you to become someone who seems like a not credible witness. It
Yeah.
actually, that alternate way of looking at it does actually add up.
No, totally. But on his video for the Kickstarter thing that I was watching, he was like, they're out to get me. I got arrested. I had a near-death experience
Yeah, truck tried to hit
last
him.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Truck tried to hit him, and
He says stuff that doesn't make that much sense.
exactly. And when he says that, yeah, he was basically blackballed out of starring in Hollywood movies. Like I was the perfect age to be a Corey Feldman fan. He was cool, and then he became lame, and that's what happened to Corey Feldman. That's why he stopped getting roles.
Mhm.
Same as Corey Haim.
Right.
And he can't accept that. But again, if he's a victim of abuse and it made him crazy, well, then maybe that's why he can't accept that.
All right.
Yeah, it'd be hard to stay on the to concentrate on your craft if that was what started happening. If
Or
everybody was
just get
if
your
everybody's
life
handing you
together.
around butt fucking
Yeah.
you with you and your buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not thinking so much about working on your craft anymore. You're probably just getting high every day to not like relive the butt fuckery that happened.
You might start a band with a bunch of girls dressed like angels and have them live at your house.
Yeah. No, I actually went down a little bit of a wormhole with him last night after the podcast, and he does interviews with his wife and this other girl, and it just seems tough, man. It seems like I guess he makes enough money to live, so he doesn't have to really work, but he does this band stuff where he is living in a little bit of a false reality with the band. He's like, European tour is pretty much close to being sewn up, and I'm like, European tour, dude. Sold out American tour, and I'm like, there's no fucking way that happened. Did you really have a sold out American tour? Because nobody. It's like this little false reality thing. I saw him on The View when he played that gig in the morning show, and everyone made a big deal of it because it was so weird.
Right.
And then he schooled Sharon Osbourne, saying, you say that I'm not an experienced musician when I can show you albums from 13 years ago. Excuse me. But it's an album that he brought out, like a single that he brought out 13 years ago that nobody listened to because it's fucking terrible. It's like, I could say that I've been in music for 25 years and I can do interviews on The View saying, well, here's some tracks that I worked on 25 years ago.
Right.
I know what a real musician is, and I'm not it, and neither is he. He doesn't really try that much, and I don't. Well, maybe he does, and he's just not really that talented at it.
I just think he has a way weird, skewed view of the world for whatever reason.
I think he stays at home all day, and he has. I don't know how much. I mean, the wife is really pretty, but she doesn't seem happy. She doesn't seem like she smiles. She sort of stands there and watches him. It's almost like she might be running him, maybe.
All the women who are around him always look like women that could be very easily startled. Like, if something like a loud noise behind you, everybody jumps, but some people are like, ah!
Yeah.
Every single chick he hangs out with seems like one of those.
It's like, how do they get paid, or when do they get the gig to? I mean, how many tour dates are they? Is his band on the road right now, or
Ticketmaster. Look through Ticketmaster.
does it show that he's just on fire? Because
I'll still go. They do like a warm-up gig, like a little tune-up here in Hollywood before they take their show worldwide.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
it's a lot of dates, man.
The Resno, so he will be rocking.
Do you think that when he's playing the machine shop in Flint, Michigan, is an actual machine shop?
Probably. When last night he performed in Memphis, Tennessee, Emporia.
Wait, where did he play in Memphis? I don't get. I see.
He's at the Emporia Granada Theater.
Wait a
in
minute.
Emporia,
Wait a minute.
Kansas.
Memphis, does that say the home cafe? Or the what? So it's a cafe. Did he do a show in a cafe at
The
lunchtime?
coffee shop.
Yeah, like at a coffee shop, or is it
I don't
called
know,
a
I mean-
cafe, but it's actually a giant club?
I haven't lived in Memphis in a long time, but I don't know that spot.
You can.
It's a decent sized club.
Yeah.
It's a club.
Okay.
Yeah. Get 150 people in there.
Sure.
There's bands doing worse.
Yeah. Okay.
And finally on the news, a robber came into the Speedway gas station in Forest Park, waving a box cutter and saying, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way."
Yeah, he's referring to the hard way. He'll stab you with the box cutter, right?
Yeah, but the clerk decided to do it the hard way.
Hell yeah. You
And,
kick his ass?
well, here's a picture of the mugshot of the guy, the would-be
Sucked
robber.
him up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a cartoon-looking black eye. It looks like something you'd see, Tom and Jerry have after they get socked in the eye.
Yeah, that looks like the day later or something.
Yeah, so, yeah, he did it the hard way. He did it his way.
Wait a minute.
So
Somebody's
everybody
texting
should
me.
Take justice into their own hands.
Right.
I'm getting an update from a friend about Feldman's band. He played Riverside, not a sellout, small ass venue, had a breakdown in the middle of the show, walked off, and came back 20 minutes later.
I'm going. I want to go.
Yeah, right. That sounds so
now,
good.
Now the tour's got to start selling out.
Also, a lot of the places he was going to play, with all due respect to Emporia or whatever, like, fucking Corey Feldman's coming to your town. That's something. What else? I bet a lot of people skip Emporia, Kansas.
Can you scroll back up to that portrait of Corey?
He is
No,
no,
yeah,
with,
right
with the
there.
big top hat.
The
on.
Willy Wonka thing.
Willy Wonka, Pumpkin King.
Sears photography.
Yeah, he's probably had that background for a little while. Could have photoshopped that. There were definitely singers in very especially cheesy hair metal bands around 91 or 92 who would have been photographed pretty much the exact same way.
Right.
With their hands out to the side, kind of like, "Welcome to my mystical world of enchantment."
That's what he's saying,
where
isn't it?
anything can happen.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what they were all saying.
Oh, that's great. All right. There you
Is it
go.
weird that is he out there a lot to everybody else right now? Because it seems like there's a rush of him. My YouTube account wants to show me a lot on him lately. Is he doing a lot?
No,
Or is it pointing at
except-
him because the Hollywood is
Yeah.
exploding and
Yeah.
he's like, "I told you so" kind of thing?
Yes, that's why.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
a lot of people want to use that to show that Hollywood is a cesspool of Satan worshippers.
And there was another clip that was going around just
Which it is, by
before
the way.
his thing. They can never know.
Should I wear like little boy shorts to the TV pitch next week?
Add a top
Yes.
hat and just walk in with your arms open and say, "Welcome to my mystical world."
If it worked for Corey Feldman, it will probably work for you. There was another clip that was going around where he was on Barbara Walters on The View or whatever. It wasn't The View, whatever the fuck it was, some TV show she had a million years ago. You don't need to pull it up. Or supposedly he was claiming that he was the victim of all the stuff that he's been going around saying for decades, and she was just kind of like, and that's supposed to be, I don't know, victim silencing, victim shaming, whatever the fuck it was. As if Corey Feldman is supposed to be on your couch in 2013. You're like, really, Corey? Let's call all those producers right now.
Right.
Shut down filming. Let's get the police down here.
Right.
Everybody in the world has regarded him as a crazy person for a long time and continues to regard him as a crazy person. If it turns out that there was a shred or more of truth to his allegations, don't bring Barbara Walters down because she was the one person you have fucking video footage of
Right.
doubting him. Because I doubt him, you doubt him, everybody listening doubts him.
Is that Star Jones?
Nah, that's just some other lady that was. It's not The View. There were like other guests.
Oh.
Or was it The View?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I just don't know who was on The View. Nice soft focus though.
Good for you. Oh yeah, they soft focused the whole show, huh?
They've been soft focusing. I mean, that was a joke in the '80s that they were
Right.
pulling the pantyhose.
I know.
And
What
really,
is he doing
What the fuck
there?
was he doing there? Promoting Parks and Rec, obviously.
I know, but he's
Right.
like, God, of all
Jesus
days to be the guest
Christ.
on this fucking show, I
Yeah.
gotta hear this fucking kook off.
Oh, I'd like to hear the call to the manager after the show is over.
You can't complain that you're on a show with Corey Feldman. Can you?
I think.
Man, I say, he's not a bad guy. Like, he hasn't ended up being a guy that walks around trying to inflict pain and torment on the rest of the world.
No, I
mean, his
agree.
music's pretty bad, but that's not on purpose.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, I can kind of relate to him a little bit.
I feel
wasn't in
terrible for him.
Right, like, I feel like these things have happened to him where, you know, at the same time as where he was a big Hollywood actor and as a little kid, which means there was just nobody that... I don't think he's ever had a real person have his back since he was a kid. You know, like, he hasn't been treated like... had a real friend, I feel like. He's just sort of surrounded himself by almost, like, paid people. I don't want to say that. Maybe his wife is... I don't know. Like, you got old girls that live in your house with you. I mean, he's the same age as me, isn't he?
Dude, even way before that, he got in the Michael Jackson ring. Like, he's been living in a fantasy world for a long time. And the problem, none of us knows the truth of this. And hopefully, if there is more to this, if there, you know, that, like, the kind of stuff that he claims, that it comes out. But just being a former child star, as we've seen, is enough to make you a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, but luckily, as I've said before, I think we're getting way better at dealing with children who are actors, and I think less of them are going to turn out to be weirdos and stuff.
I just realized he's starting to get a little bit older, and his idol and the person that he tries to look like is Michael Jackson. I wonder if...
He's getting there.
I wonder if it's knife time, and I wonder if he can afford it. Like, that might be the only problem is... Because I know he wears a lot of makeup and stuff. Maybe he already has had... He might have had a nose job, actually.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Man, sometimes he wears stuff where it's like...
That guy looks like...
Honey, you gotta not wear that today. You know what I mean? Like, his wife's got to say, look...
Yeah, somebody's got to step in.
That's not a good idea. Man, how tall is he? 'Cause I don't remember him.
5'5".
Well, how big is his wife?
7'3".
Gigantic. Good for her.
Yeah, good for everybody.
Yeah.
Good for both of them. I want Corey to be happy. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah, me too.
I agree.
Yeah, he ain't hurting anybody, so that...
He did a lot for me. Never did anything bad to me. Made a bunch of movies I liked a lot, but I thought were actually good when I was a kid.
Lost Boys was awesome.
I recently rewatched License to Drive, you know?
What's that? What was that?
It's Free World.
License to Drive?
The whole movie is just the kid is going to take a girl out on a date, but he doesn't actually get his license, so he has to steal his grandfather's car and make her think that he got his license.
That's
and
real.
And then the date just gets crazy. That was a movie.
He's a great guy for that. Anyway, Will.
That's it. That's all my news.
Oh. All right, we'll be back.
We'll probably do the live return back just so you're around for that. Yep.
The problem is he is in Brooklyn.
Okay.
He would be down to go into the office
I just wonder if they need to be like...
at ISDN, but also I have another person who's a female
Right, the wish you said, right?
who might be good for it. So we'll discuss. But yeah, I got two potential.
Does Thomas in the church had his cell phone that for a while?
I would imagine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I texted him for the butt picture, but I don't expect.
Oh my god, dude. Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have double-digit butts on my phone now for news.
Wow.
So how many new ones have you gotten since you started asking?
Yeah, but for the show. How many?
No.
I mean, I almost just blew out my elbow with that.
Oh my god. Maybe it's better. Throw that one out, get a new one. Zing. Right out your fucking
right, so we're back at about 30, like a minute before 30.
Uh-huh.
We should probably break no later than 1:55.
Mm-hmm.
That means I think the Colts could be off. The Colt thing could be great. It could go longer. I almost don't want to do that because I think it could be really good. Generating the list of fads, or at least talking about that, might be easier.
And we have to do the talent.
Right, so we should do something, but
Well, the fad thing is open. We don't expect to wrap that up.
right. We just want a list, and you can then be pushing people to tweet in other fads and things like that.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I wish I was happier. I try to get a list to get the ball running. I wish I was happier with my list.
Well, no, you can
Okay.
record it today. I won't be able to upload it.
Do you want to come back
Okay.
with live read coming back, Jason?
And you
Okay.
have them.
And
They're in
then
that
do the
box.
talent videos.
Yep.
And then we have to break again in like 30 minutes because we have the two
The
guests in the
fuck?
last hour. I'll have to get away.
So we would want to break at about 1:55 for TJ and then Bree.
Okay.
So why don't we do the live read, the talent things, and then start generating a list of fads for the bracket because we can shut that down at any time.
Okay.
More soda.
I'm entombed. Betsy, can you get me more salsas? Thank you.
That I sent it to you. Be like, hey, Keith, can you send me a picture of your ass? It's
WYD.
I've got no balls yet. I've been very specific. Like, I don't need your balls in the picture.
At Dish, they believe in the power of listening! They believe it so much at Dish, the first TV provider to partner with another great listener, Amazon Alexa. Now, with Dish, you can use Amazon Alexa to control your Hopper TV using just your voice. With your voice. With Dish and Amazon Alexa, you can do things like find your favorite show, search for family movies, or find your team's game in an instant. Tell Alexa to pause, resume and rewind. Live TV recordings without having to touch your remote. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the new way to watch TV hands-free. With Dish and Amazon Alexa! Dish! To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com or visit a local retailer near you. Requiries? Internet-connected Opera or Wally Amazon Echo, Echo Dot, or Amazon Tap. Otherwise, restrictions apply. For full details, 1-844 cold dish. I heard it got played out. Some other guys are better than, more attractive to George Takei than me. I've been surpassed.
Who's that?
Why isn't your microphone working?
That might be me, yeah. Who's that?
I don't know, just two dudes.
Oh, you had a good run.
Just two younger model guys.
Well, now you know how ladies feel.
Yeah.
Happens to. It's amazing.
What?
Just chicks come along every year. There's a new batch of hot Hollywood chicks. We're like, oh my god, fucking put her on top of the list of the Guy magazine hottest chicks in the universe. And then 12 years later, that chick can't get a job. It's got to be a bit of a mind fuck. Not all of them, but many of them. There's always a new hot young thing.
Yeah. I guess I like old chicks then. I don't really like it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I don't want to have sex with any new famous people.
I have a weird thing where certain categories of people freeze in a certain way in my mind. Like when I watch like you say, when you watch the UFC, you you're older than them.
Mm-hmm.
When I see pro basketball players, I look at them as men, when in reality I'm 15 years older than many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, for as much as I bring up porn and jerking off, I don't actually do a whole lot of it, but I do. And I'm not oh yeah, fresh meat. These girls are 22 or 19 or whatever the fuck they are, but unless it really is, look at this tiny chick with her hair and pigtails where they're really drawing attention to it, and even that chick might be 27 for all you really know. They're dudes who play basketball are men, and chicks who are in porn are women.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just going to keep jerking off to 22-year-olds for the rest of my life, but you'll have to take my word for it. It's not that they're 22.
Yeah. No, you're jerking off to the same style of chick you jerked off to when you were...
When I was 14, I was jerking off to 22-year-old women, and I still
look
look
at
at it
sense.
the same way.
I don't think old people jerk off to old people porn.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. There's nothing wrong with an old man jerking off to porn.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I get into, I want that barely legal shit and I want that scenario, well then yeah, I'm into young chicks, and that's fine too. As long as
because they're not barely legal. They're all
as long as everything's
pretending.
Yeah, and you used to do those videos here's my fucking driver's license. I turned 18 1 hour ago. Get that cock in my mouth.
Oh wow.
That was a popular series at one time.
You make that fun.
But as long as you're not drawing attention to it, you really are just some chick getting fucked on camera that I'm jerking off to.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. You know what I'm saying, Will? Jerking off every now and then. A little bit of porn every now and then, you know?
See, now I'm twice
jerking off
these women's age. Well, did you ever think, wow, I'm jerking off to a woman I'm 3 times as old as her?
What about you jerking off to younger people? Does it cross your mind that you're 3 times older than the person you're jerking off to?
That you could be her grandfather.
Yep, no, I get it. Because now that Telly's brought that up, I'm like, wait, can a 46-year-old guy be a grandfather? But his daughter's a bit of a whore. Sorry. I didn't mean that. Well, for me, it'd be weird, you know?
I do know a handful of Mexican people who are grandparents that I judge to be about the same age as me.
Right.
So yeah, it can happen.
Yeah,
I'm assuming their grandchildren are not in pornography yet.
Man. So anyway.
On a not entirely unrelated note, a quick follow-up to the gropening that occurred in the hand of former President George H.W.
Yeah, the Bush.
Yeah. So...
He copied my line.
Yeah.
I used to say that all the time.
Yep. Long story short, so they say, well, he's been in a wheelchair for a while, and his arm falls at butt level for most people. He knows that's awkward, so he routinely tells the same joke when he poses for... And I have a very hard time believing he tells this joke to men who are posing against him. Is he pats the woman's rear in what he intends to be a good-natured manner. And in this case, at least, he said, do you know who my favorite magician is? David Copperfield.
Hey, I say that. I guess great minds think alike, Michael.
And all of this alleged, of course, the Barbara Bush said something along the lines allegedly of he's going to put himself in jail.
Oh, wow. It's
Oh,
not the
wait.
correct thing to say when you see that.
Oh
when
wait,
you're
I'm
the
sorry.
wife.
I was confused. This is a second woman who's accusing him of groping her butt.
Oh, man. Wait, saying the exact same thing?
I don't think the first chick at least said initially that he did the Copperfield line,
Oh, okay.
but this is a New York actress, Jordana Grolnick.
Because if he did the Copperfield all the time, then that would kind of prove that maybe his dead arm is getting a little frisky and it's not his fault. It's got a mind of its own.
I don't know that really excuses anything.
Okay, then.
George H.W. Bush met the actress Jordana Grolnick when he came to see a theater production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. There you go. There's our 42nd president.
He likes to grab ass.
Yeah, and he cannot lie.
Hey, I mean, we're all growing, and I look forward to, well, I won't be here, but,
Mhm.
you know, all you guys figuring out how to take care of yourselves in a better way where you don't scar your minds as much. I'm
Yeah,
talking
we're-
about women and men, just everybody as a whole is a little more resilient and a little less willing to hack at everybody.
We're creating a better world in which your daughter will never be groped by a former president while he makes a pun.
Yeah, I would like to think that if we are still existing in 100 years, that if the president, no matter what era of his life, grabs a lady's butt for a photo, she calls him out right there and then, and everybody goes, wow, you're going to jail, that's crazy, don't care what your fucking job is, how much money you got. You never know.
Yep.
Or it could be Will's program and we could be all slaves to robots that are 100 times more intelligent than us. So no matter what kind of thing you think about with all your crew that has been in prison for like 50 years on how to escape, they're always going to be 100 steps ahead of you. They're 100 times smarter.
Yeah,
so you
like-
never escape. You live with each other.
A dog plotting his escape from your yard.
Right.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Rats and dogs living together as one while the robots rule us. So yeah, live it up.
Yeah, I hate to be the guy who is, 10 years behind on the TV show or the movie everybody else already saw, but like I did wrap up Game of Thrones recently, and I will make another Game of Thrones analogy. It really is like we're fighting over who sits on the Iron Throne when the walkers are coming through the gate as we speak. In this case, the walkers, of course, being super intelligent artificial intelligence.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the environment, but yeah, sure.
Well,
One of those two is going to get us while we bitch
we
and
sit
moan
here and
about
fight,
yeah.
over nonsense, right? Exactly.
Well, it's like Braveheart, Michael. You didn't see that either, did you?
I've seen it several times.
Okay, when he goes to the meeting with all the English guys, and you're all squabbling over scraps, while someone has, you forgot your God-given right or some bullshit. Sorry, I don't remember people's lines, but it was very inspirational. You know what I'm saying, Andrew? Braveheart.
Woo! Mel Gibson! I don't want to talk about him any further. I'll get in trouble.
What?
Say something bad that he said.
You can't. That's the hype man.
No. See, nobody cares about
Fuck!
what Mel Gibson did. That was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Now he's in family movies for Christmas.
Yeah, he's like,
Daddy's home too.
what?
Daddy's home too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein will be winning an Oscar in 9 years.
Okay, so anyway,
But now...
Mel Gibson, man.
Braveheart. Patriot. Lethal Weapon. Ratings. I've really fallen off on the hype train.
See, and you asked me to turn to this guy, and look what he gives me.
Yeah, you did say you were going to give him beds.
Braveheart!
Woo! Give me a sword and I'll fight the Irish. They're always drunk, and he loves to kill them.
Alright, he might be.
See, he gets better.
Yeah, okay, good point. Alright.
So, hyping might be Andrew's talent.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
There are plenty of listeners with talents of their own, and they have been flooding our Gmail account with videos. That, of course, is submittoellis@gmail.com. The place you can send your Ellis Fams Got Talent videos, as well as your unsigned bands, as well as anything else you feel like sending our way. We have 3 more entrants today.
Who will go to Hollywood?
This is Tyler with Outdo Kevin or Outdo Drew. Sorry.
It's a pretty good Bane.
My vote is that he's not going to Hollywood. And he doesn't... If you ever watched Cool Beans portray the sad dog... He's fingering his mouth. Got it. You just don't know.
Amateur hour.
Amateur hour. My vote is a no.
No.
Will? Yeah. No, you're not coming.
Next up is Derek, who has tricks with a chainsaw.
Hell yeah! What do you mean? Oh, he's going to open a beer!
Careful. Careful.
Ah! Seen other people do that, though. I mean, sure, it's a talent. But I mean, you know, can you use a chainsaw at a strip club? Probably not, right? To open a beer?
No, not one that I'm at.
Yeah. Okay, well then that's a no. That's a no. Will? Yep, no chainsaw in Hollywood.
Lastly, for today, remember, submit to ellis@gmail.com. Send a video with your talent is Matt.
Come on, Matt.
What's up, guys? Ellis Nate and Tully. This is my submission for Ellis Fam Has Talent. Matt from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. I usually use new nails when I do this, but I found this old rusty ones in the basement here at work.
He's not going to put it in his nose, is he?
Nah.
I never fix my nose.
No.
Step one. Give it a go and try.
Is this a trick? Ew.
He's lubing
I
it
feel
up.
like it's worse to suck a
Thoroughly.
dirty nail. Oh, don't do it! He's one of those guys that does that!
Oh God, he's just tapping it a little at the time, and it makes it so much worse. All the way, all the way.
To Hollywood.
Is he suffocating while he does it? Oh, God, you're so fucking gross. Steve, don't let it come anywhere near me. Oh, I fucking hate that!
We get to give him the nail, though, right?
Hey, does anybody out there know that, I mean, do you have to do a bunch of coke and you have a hole in your nose? Because I've seen people do that at freak shows and stuff. What is the deal? What's the deal with people putting nails in their nose? Waka, waka, waka.
I don't think you need to be.
Nobody in the green room wants to answer that.
I don't think you need to be a former cocaine addict to do that. I think it's like an acquired skill.
Is it a trick or do they actually just drill a hole? Go ahead, Cool Beans.
I mean, I would just imagine that it's something you just practice, kind of like those people that stretch their ears out. You probably just have to start small and work your way up and stretch your fucking nose hole out.
Yeah, I think anybody can be a human blockhead, as this website is referring to them.
My vote's a no.
Really? Okay, wait. So who's in? Is the guy who face fucks the pumpkin in?
Yeah.
Is Drone Dude in?
Yeah.
And then the last one was the first one who did the motorcycle two-stroke.
Yeah. I mean, he did Panic Rev.
The problem with the drone is that may be hard to do inside.
Well, he can show us a video.
He does say he wants to make new drone videos featuring each of our own favorite songs. So if you have like a particular song that you like, he will
No.
make a drone video
No.
with that song.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
I'll let him know
Yeah.
if you're a song fan.
Yeah.
He can make mine with butterfly kisses.
He's taking requests.
Dance with my father.
If he does it to Slipknot, but the video is of the back of Andrew's house, then yeah, sure.
I'll take a Dear Mr. Jesus.
Alright. Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, other people can do that. I don't know. What do you? I mean, look, everyone gets to vote. It's Ellis Fam's Got Talent. What the fuck? We've never had a disagreement. Let's have one. You guys think he should go?
I do.
There's one. There's one no, one yes. Will?
No,
Right. Andrew?
I kind of like it. I'm a yes.
Cool beans.
I'm a no.
Yeah, good. No. Betsy? Well, no, he did say he'd do 2 for if he came to Hollywood. So.
What else can any of these other people do?
One can literally just pluck the pumpkin with the sawzall. Like, that's the talent that we have.
Hey, fuck you, man! You get a cucumber on a fucking saw that goes in a fucking pumpkin perfectly. Where fucking you do it?
I would far rather do that than have to hammer a nail into my nose.
If he comes to the playoffs in Hollywood, you think he's just gonna fuck another pumpkin? He's gonna fuck a lot of pumpkins if he comes to Hollywood.
Like, the running theme of his 2 videos, though, is something is getting stuck in a pumpkin.
Yeah!
Do we want some variety from him?
He might, but he might, if he does come to Hollywood, he might bring lots of things to fuck.
And what if it's not pumpkin season? Like, what's he gonna do?
I'm sure he can improvise or he can lose. He's gonna be a winner. And they're gonna be a star.
Here in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
The Dream Factory.
It is. That's it though?
Yeah, I think that's how we go.
Okay.
So anybody else who's got videos, please keep them coming to submit2ellis@gmail.com. Submit2ellis@gmail.com. So I started drawing up a little list of some of the classic short-lived pop culture trends of the last 20, 30, 40 years. The idea being that we're going to make up a massive list of them, and then at some future date we will pit them against each other. Like, what was the last bracket thing we did? It was the worst thing ever?
Yeah, it was like puddle socks versus the PT person.
Right, exactly. So we're going to do the same thing with fads. And we just need to basically just get the ball rolling. We have a couple minutes here before we have to go to break again to figure out what some of the worst fads of all time. Jason, you are always a rollerblade guy.
Mm-hmm. No, everyone says that about me. Big rollerblade guy.
When it comes to bad fads, that tends to be one of your go-tos. You said soap shoes. I'll make a confession. After all this time, I've never been clear what a soap shoe is.
Soap shoe is where they have this weird slippery stuff in between the toe and the heel, and you jump on stuff and slide along like you've got a skateboard, but it's not. It's just your shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Heelys, soap shoes, and rollerblades are all the worst fads ever.
Did soap shoes ever get as big as the other two things?
Soap shoes were big as shit.
Okay.
Soap shoes were bigger than Heelys.
All right.
I believe, was it Pat, the dude on Fuel TV, invented them.
That's right. I remember you saying about that. Yeah, the guy who used to host the Daily Fix or whatever it was,
The Daily Show.
Daily Adrenaline.
I don't know, yeah.
Right.
Mutant Show.
Let's see. Yeah, brought to you by Mutant.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Flat brim hats with stickers.
How'd
you feel about that?
I mean, the flat brim. I rocked all that all the time, but I don't know. I lost the sticker though. I just never, unless somebody gave it to me, I didn't know it was on there. But once I knew, I took it off.
I thought it was funny sometimes when people would have the sticker on the flat brim, but then the sticker would fall off. But they've been wearing it like that for a while, so all of a sudden you could just see the faded bit where the sticker used to be.
Such a bad look.
That was really bad. I don't. That's probably a little specific for what we're looking for here. If anybody has any suggestions, of course, you can tweet at us or call 855-ELLIS-41. Leg warmers were a thing.
Yeah, I like leg warmers. Shell necklaces.
Shell necklaces for sure. Yeah, I didn't hate leg warmers too. That might be our age speaking, but a lot of the women that I was like sexually attracted to on TV would have been wearing leg warmers.
Yeah, me
It
too.
Probably was a terrible, terrible
They're
look.
kind of back now.
Are they?
A little bit.
Oh boy.
You know.
I don't know how I'd feel about seeing those a second time.
I'm too sexy for the shirt, guys.
Right said Fred?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Macarena is probably the worst one, I just realized.
If not that, then Gangnam Style.
Yep, those are fucking hideous.
Dream-
Yo-yos?
Yeah, you could make that case. They're kind of more than a fad. They've been around for a really long time, but they do seem like kind of the longest living fad ever.
Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, those were very big. Never did figure come anywhere close to solving that one yourself.
Oh, fuck no.
I think some guy volunteered on my Twitter to for Ellis Fam's Got Talent solve a Rubik's Cube in like 2 minutes. I have not replied to him.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to do.
What do you make of dream catchers?
Wait, was there a fad where they were hot? Because I didn't know that. I just figured
They've always kind of been around.
they're just like for those hippie people that have like tattoos and T-shirts of the Dreamcatcher.
I feel like they got kind of big in the 90s, but I don't know if it was like they had been big for a while and that was just when I became aware of them.
I think
Did you
that
ever
was
notice-
wasn't it all around the same thing of like let's all be part Cherokee and shit.
That is an annoying trend in and of itself.
Right.
Identifying as Native American, that's an ongoing trend, I believe. Did you ever know anybody who actually took Dreamcatcher seriously? I knew a girl
Nah.
who did. Like she swore that, she was like was in bed with her boyfriend and she like reached up to touch it. He's like, "No, don't touch the Dreamcatcher. It'll make all the bad dreams fall out."
Shut the
And
fuck
then
up.
I took a nap and I had the worst nightmares I've ever had in my entire life.
And then you banged her?
No, she was somebody else's girl.
Oh, okay.
I thought about it.
Hey, Matt, welcome to the Jason Ellis Show. Wait, you're not Matt.
How you doing?
You're Zach. What's up?
Zach. Yeah. Jinko jeans were a big fan growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I guess
big.
so. I just never took him serious. But if you're saying that's a fad, sure.
I would just say baggy jeans. They kind of just fit into that.
I disagree. I thought
Okay.
Jankos were just like another level of
Yeah, they were another level.
rave
of that.
pants, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, love the show. First time getting through. Do you remember Monroe?
Who gloves?
Monroe.
Mod robes?
Yeah, it's like an old kind of 90s style raver clothes.
Nah,
Baggy sweatpants type style.
I believe that they existed, but if neither of us even knows what they are by name, then I don't think they're going to cut the mustard.
Yeah. No deal.
Chain? Those are
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
No, those are
Yeah.
great.
Those are great for selling sex. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Hey guys, first time, long time. I had popped collars and then multiple popped collars on top of each other.
I saw a guy yesterday
Yeah,
who
it's
was
pretty bad.
wearing two button-down shirts, one on top of the other. Like he had one open, like 3 buttons, which allowed me to see the one underneath it that was only open 1 button. He was an older gentleman.
Yeah, give yourself a shout out.
He worked in a grocery store, like around food, and I wondered if it was maybe a thing of where like he wore the one on the outside and then when he left just took it off because that would be the one that like smelled like food. He grasped at straws. It was a completely retarded thing this man was doing.
Maybe he was really skinny and it made him look thicker.
Maybe. He was pretty thin.
There you go. A lot of skinny people do that. Jacob.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Good. What's your thing?
Affliction and Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they do go together.
Yeah, they're probably gonna
Thanks,
win.
dude.
Chain
Affliction's
wallets?
not done, though.
But Affliction's not really like it's not Affliction anymore. I feel like.
Okay.
Like Affliction doesn't look like what classic Affliction. I mean, it's still completely ridiculous, but it's not the same kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
I saw somebody in England, somebody who I consider very, very fashionable, and they weren't like posing. They were taking a picture of their face because like, oh, look at this silly face, or look, I got a fucking pimple or whatever. But I could see at the fringe of the photo of their face that they were wearing an Ed Hardy shirt. And I was thinking, is that ironic, or maybe because maybe it got hot?
It could be back again.
But maybe it didn't get the stink on it in England that it got on it here.
Oh yeah.
You know, maybe that's cool in England. I don't know.
I feel like the Rodman photos made it to England.
I would imagine so.
That's what would have killed it for me.
Right. Yeah.
Even though,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, apart from already being cool and knowing that sucked.
Chain wallets I'm going to throw out there.
I guess so.
I never really hated the chain wallet as much as a lot of these other.
Yeah, I never hated the person that had a chain wallet. I was just like, I don't want to have a chain wallet, but I don't think that you're an idiot because you have one. Unless it was, like, now it's kind of a weird...
It's weird to still
You better
have
be
it.
a roadie, or if you've got a Harley...
If you have a chain wallet in
And you
2017, you need every reason.
Well, RoboCop has... Not RoboCop, Terminator T2 has a chain wallet, and he rides a Harley everywhere he goes, so I back him.
Yes. Yeah. But wearing them as a fashion
What's
statement...
T2's name again?
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Robert Patrick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is, nonetheless.
I don't really feel like this is a fad. Go ahead, Jake. I mean, you're talking about a certain dude of a certain look that has a certain kind of white sunglass, because there's white sunglasses that pass. There's this particular one that you're talking about, and it was only a particular kind of guy that would wear those white sunglasses.
You're talking about our dear friend Doug Benson, and frankly, I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, because there's Doug Benson that wears them, and you don't see Doug Benson as he's not wearing white sunglasses. It's Doug with sunglasses on, just so happen to be white. Yeah. How dare you? Tech Decks are fucking sweet. They will stay forever.
Yeah, what's the problem with Tech Decks?
I know, right?
They're toys.
They're fucking cool. And they're more advanced than ever. You can take the trucks off and the wheels.
Yeah.
Bearings.
Agreed, yeah.
Learn how to construct things. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the trash cans, especially like mid-90s girl style.
Yep. I cannot argue with that.
Is that a fad? I guess that was a fad. It's sort of... I feel like everybody knows it so much, but I also feel like you can... Is it over? I don't know if...
Do girls still get trans?
I know, do they? I mean, you still see young girls with them. Go ahead, Chris.
What about sleeve t-shirts under the short sleeve t-shirt?
Long sleeve t-shirts under a short sleeve t-shirt. Yeah, that's a thing that Will really likes, and I didn't know that was a fad.
I guess it was. Yeah, I was running it a little later than that, but yeah. I did that a lot. Like when I first moved to LA, I used to do that all the time.
Is he talking about it's a little bit of a Jesse James kind of a thing? Hey! Will, are you trying to look like Jesse James?
But like still to this day, I think you might find a guy in like an Octane band who has a thermal shirt underneath like a metal t-shirt.
Yeah, wow, man, you way to pick like the biggest tool on the planet. That's a photo of so mean. I mean, Will, you don't look. You know what's crazy, Will, is you look way cooler than that dude, and that dude's like a model or something. Man, that guy. God, I'm not in. You know what's wild? Andrew just put up a photo of what's that dude's name?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, and I'm out of like music became so annoying. To me, and I was already pretty cutthroat, so I kind of switched off the last 20 years of whatever you guys have in the world, and I just see photos of this guy, and it really is amazing to see. I mean, to me, I've never really heard anything. I caught a little bit of a music video, and I can't take him serious, but he's like the male Janis Joplin of the world today, because, I mean, unless it's just the nerd world thinks that he's attractive, he's really, God hates him. Like, he looks terrible.
Yeah, one of these pop stars is not like the other.
He's a hideous looking boy. And you love him as far as I can tell. I see him on TV, and he's hanging out being a celebrity, and he's just a steaming pile of shit, ugly butt moron. Like, he fucking sucks. I fucking hate that head. If someone hit him, I'd be like, look, don't kick him when he's down, but obviously you punch him in his fucking stupid head. I mean, I hate that head. But he's huge, and you love him. So that tells me that you either love real losery looking people, or you just don't care his music's that good, like Janis Joplin.
He writes like a ton of the pop songs for all like the popular chicks right now. So he like is a co-writer of Taylor Swift's album and a bunch of the pop songs.
So he's a genius.
He's thought of very highly in terms of musical talent.
Among 10-year-old girls and you.
And 33-year-old men.
Okay.
Very big in that demo. Do we need to break for all of our many guests?
We should.
Should we run through the phone calls? Just you tell me what the topics are and see if they're yay or nay for the list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Line dancing.
No, that's still hot, isn't it?
Zip off cargo pants. That was not a fad.
Nope.
Emo pants. What the fuck is emo pants?
Skinny jeans.
I mean, people are still, they're just not as, if you're drastic, then you're drastic, but everyone's pants are skinnier and it's not over.
Mm-hmm.
I wear them, so I don't hate them. It's supposed to be a bad fad, right?
Yeah, if we're gonna figure out the worst fad.
You have normal pants on now. Like, unless you're 24 and you live in Beverly Hills and you're like, oh, look at my maximum type pants. But now people's pants just look like they fit them better.
Yeah.
So no, trucker hats. Is that a fad? Because truckers still wear them, so I don't hate. That's not a fad. That's bad. Eyebrow piercings. It's definitely at one point you're like a weird piercing person. So yeah, that one counts. Space ice cream.
Astronaut ice cream? Boy, that's forever. Every kid that has that for the first time has their fucking mind blown.
Reebok pumps. If they came back, I would actually buy them for the first time, so they can't count. Pogs. I mean, you're an idiot if you ever did that. Sure. What's a Tamagotchi?
Yamaguchi.
What's-
Is it? Oh yeah, no, it is a Tamagotchi. It's a pocket little robot friend.
No. Belly chains. Belly chains are still hot
It'll
as
always
long
be
as you
hot.
don't. Yeah, as long as you're hot.
You don't have to tell your friends that you fucked her, you know.
Okay, we'll be back. Who's smoking cigarettes?
What? I haven't smoked since I was 19.
I saw you smoking a cigarette in fucking coffee wall the other day.
What? That's not true.
Smoking something.
Where? That's not
Smoking again, Will?
Nope.
Somebody's smoking in here. Who's smoking?
Not me.
Not me.
It's not me.
I actually, believe it or not, I actually had a cigarette before the show today.
Yeah, you
But
don't
but you're smelling it out there, and I've been in here the whole time.
It doesn't matter.
I
Quit vaping in the parking lot, Betsy.
haven't even vape in the parking lot.
Gosh.
I don't even vape in the parking lot. I actually haven't smoked anything for a month because my lungs were getting cashed out from this giant pancake of hash that I had. So I quit.
Stop smoking hash in the parking lot.
I never do drugs at work.
Yes, you are. Well, if you're not on the clock, then do whatever you want.
No, I've never done anything before.
No, you've been caught.
I came to work hungover one time, but not here. I realized that I might need a win.
Well, it would really affect our ability to do our job.
Do you want to tell me what show you want to run?
You
You can go archive whatever.
Yeah,
Done in the
yeah,
past.
yeah, yeah. Let me see what I got.
No rush, but
No, I'll just tell you right now. I know I gotta figure
I
that out.
didn't even see where she was, but I'm pretty sure I was in the bathroom with Cooper.
Yeah, that's what's sticking around.
I almost thought about it. I was
Um,
like, there's no good reason because I was already washing my hands
So,
when she went
go out in the hallway
in. Just loiter around.
and sit down on those chairs.
You can do the Joe DeRosa, Kurt Brunneler one.
okay.
But yeah, I should have done that. See what it was. There was a lot of rustling around with papers and then a big toot.
Wow. Sounds like a conviction to me.
I'm telling you, I had feelings about that. Yeah, I didn't think to go loiter in the hallway. And it was her favorite stall too, so.
Just all adds up.
I kind of like the people who are suggesting sayings as fads.
It's not bad.
If you could almost just do like a separate subcategory to get the psych, all that in a bag of chips. That's what she said. Oh snap.
I mean, you'd have like fashion, one subcategory, sayings, one category, and then there's things like chia pets, sea monkeys, pet
Yeah.
rocks, all that stuff.
I kind of feel like, see, the thing is, it as with so many things, it's like there's certain things that we do that nobody else would do them. Then there's this shit like this where it's like other people would totally do this, so we need to do it differently.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start getting into pet rocks and shit, it's like now we're a fucking VH1 countdown show.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a thing that we have an angle on. It's gotta be a thing where we care about Ed Hardy t-shirts, you know?
Yep.
People
So
are-
TJ should be arriving shortly, and then I'll just give a thumbs up when Bree is ready to go as well.
Okey-dokey.
Which seat do you want TJ and Jason?
I don't care.
Okay.
I can
I'll probably put him
wherever the fuck he wants to sit.
there, and then Bree here.
Cool.
Chicks, and that's right.
How do Asians do math? Winning.
That's when he really likes. He likes.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Gross frog eating worms.
This summer, it's OCD Kenny versus the refrigerator. And OCD has never been so funny.
Every time I close the refrigerator, I just have to smack it against it just to make sure it's closed. But then it turns out I didn't close it all the way. My sister got pissed. Turns out I let all the cold air out, and the fridge didn't work for like a whole day.
God damn it, Kenny, you left the fridge door open again!
Every time, I just have to close the door and just like ram my shoulder against it like at least 5 times just to make sure.
You ram it. Would that also apply to, say, celery?
I haven't had celery in a while because I'm more of a spinach guy, but...
That's real.
Yeah.
What about the freezer? Will you ram the freezer if you get some ice out of the freezer?
Yes, I yeah.
Japanese police say they have finally caught a thief who is thought to have carried out more than 250 break-ins. It was hard to identify suspects because this prolific thief was always dressed as a ninja.
Yeah, well, if you don't want to get caught, that's a good outfit. Because how many ninjas have been caught?
It's the first
Exactly.
one I'm aware of, right?
This guy is pretending to be a ninja, I assume, because in this area he gets caught.
Yeah, he's been caught.
Well, he's not a ninja.
Judge for yourself. When he was caught, police were surprised to learn that the man is 74 years old.
So he's a retired ninja. So he lost a little step, and that's how they got caught.
That's exactly what he says. If I were younger, I would have been caught.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Father Time. It catches up to all of us. Death catches up to all of us too eventually.
They
Great
said
news.
During the day, he would go into an abandoned building and change clothes before waiting for the cover of dark to go out and steal. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, no, I back that guy. But Death, hey, coming for you! You know what I'm saying, man? Every now and then you're talking about stuff, you're hanging out, you're living your life, and then boom! Death comes for you! What do you do? Shout out to Death! Yeah, man! Alright.
In other news, Madagascar.
Andrew, you know that Death can just come up and bite you in the butt, right?
I'm invincible. I cannot be touched. Death, I fucking dare you. When I'm playing basketball tonight, strike me down, you son of a bitch. Fuck you, Death.
There you go.
Strike me down, you son of a bitch!
Look here, see? We're going to be playing some basketball, see? I blew my knee out playing women, see? So I'm sure that isn't true. Oh, fuck. That's worse.
Outbreak of bubonic plague.
Yeah! Shout out to the Wu-Tang.
In Madagascar.
Shout out to that movie. I love the first one.
Has killed more than 100 people and sparked fears that the plague could spread further on the island and perhaps even abroad.
Man, you don't want to get the plague, but if you get the plague, you're going to be rocking the plague, am I right?
Rats died with the plague. Fuck you, Europe. And then take that, potato famine. Plague's worse.
Makes sense.
I don't feel inspired by the plague at all.
Officials have identified a centuries-old tradition in Madagascar that could be partially responsible for this plague outbreak spreading.
Butt fucking!
The local name for the practice is Famadihana,
Yeah, no, also known as butt fucking.
also known as the turning of the bones,
Also known as giving the bone.
or body turning.
Also known as turning your penis inside your bum.
It involves families exhuming
Will.
the bones of their deceased relatives, rewrapping them in fresh cloth, and then dancing
Yeah,
with
on the ceiling.
corpses.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I saw a documentary on it. So it's even worse than this radio show because then you actually see the dead person that they put clothes on and they hang out with it.
They dance with the corpse before.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, the guy that turns into his mum, but he's not his mum. It turns out,
Psycho?
yeah.
Right.
But then when you see the mum, because he kept the mum,
Yeah.
that's what they look like.
Spoiler alert.
And and yes, they hang out with all those people.
Right, and
Put shades on them because a lot of their eyes are pretty brutal after being in the ground for a long time.
right, like many an aging celebrity have realized that not showing their eyes might be in their.
Yeah, well, these dead people had no eyes. It's real bad look.
Right. So yeah, apparently plague germs can live for years, and they think some of the people are digging up dead people who died of the plague and giving themselves the plague, thereby killing themselves.
That's really dumb. But now they know and they're not doing it anymore, or
It's really hard to.
they're like, nah, mate, that was an unlucky batch of dead people. These dead people are fine.
Yeah, these ones will be fine.
These dead people go to 11.
I don't know that it's so easy to spread public health messages. You know, it seems like some of the more desperate.
They probably don't have phones.
Yeah, some of the more desperate places on Earth seem to have the worst, most wrong ideas. But yeah, I feel like we hear stories out of Africa of people who believe that, you know, having sex with virgins will give you eternal life or whatever.
It does?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. I was going to say, I think I'd rather die. Then that's coming! You are going to die! Fucking death, Will! Death, Will. Death. It's coming, Will. Look out! There it is! No! But it's coming. Don't lose it, Will. Just know it. And just know that when it's time to show, it's time to go. Go time it is. Death. Come on. Ah. We have a fucking guest yet or what? I love guests. I want to meet people. I'm approachable.
In the meantime, there's the lady who sweats blood.
Yeah, lies, blood. Show me sweats blood. I see a lady with blood smeared on her face. That's easy.
Well, see, it's not the first time CNN has been accused of being fake news, I suppose.
Right, yeah.
21-year-old woman admitted to an Italian hospital. Nobody knows why. Seemingly no illnesses, no scratches or wounds. It seems like religious people would maybe seize on this. They certainly would have back in the day. The bleeding occurred sometimes while the woman was sleeping, other times while exercising or physically active. Condition has been going on for 3 years and would last anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes and then end on its own. Just bleeds.
So hot. Hottest chick ever. She looks pretty too.
Yeah, they've blacked out her eyes because.
But she still looks hot.
I think she's a little embarrassed about this.
You gotta get in a band. And really gyrate. Start singing, start sweating, start bleeding from the face, singing. I mean, obviously a punk band or something or metal, but I mean, you're a winner. I'll watch her. She started to be one of the Angels of Corey Feldman's band.
Yeah, she could be one of Corey's Angels.
This time with more blood. No, we don't know. No guest.
I believe our guest is held up in some traffic.
Fuck you, TJ. Dick Dillashaw. I heard TJ has a really long dick.
Really? Who'd you
Yeah.
hear that from?
People that saw it. I'll question him about it when he comes in if he fucking dares to.
Did you hear that Mark Wahlberg said he prays for forgiveness from God
Yeah.
for his decision to appear in one of his movies?
Yeah, Boogie Nights because it's because now he's a religious guy.
Apparently he's a lot more religious than I was aware of.
Yeah. Did his wife make him do it?
I don't know why.
Has he always been religious?
I don't know about that. I'm sure he was. I assume he was
Because
raised.
when you did that movie, you weren't having a religious spell there, right?
See, I don't know about that. Is it not Christian to portray someone who is not Christian?
I mean, he's saying that, not me. Because I didn't think it was a big. I was like, you're in a movie, you're an actor, well played. End of story. You're not a bad guy for it, no matter what religion you are.
Yeah. Well, and,
You're
right.
not. You're not that guy. We're all aware of that.
Yeah, and the movie certainly doesn't leave one with the impression that it would be a very good idea to get into the porn industry in the late 70s.
I mean, maybe he is saying that he regrets it because he had to become the character, and then that made him actually do real cocaine with whores, and he regrets that.
I read a different article than the link I have in front of me right now that just gave me an insight into, and let me be very clear, as I like to be every time this subject comes up, you can't paint groups of people with too broad a paintbrush. I know lots of really good Christians, but we all know that there's some really sanctimonious Christians out there too. And I read this article and it was like, it's just really good that he sees the error of his way, and I know I'll keep praying for him. And it's just like, God, man, you really think this is how Jesus wants you guys to be? Giving your own fucking group a bad name.
Yeah.
And Wahlberg said he goes to bed at like 7 o'clock at night so he can wake up early to pray. Like, do I know this guy at all?
Wait, what?
That's
When did this interview happen?
That's the article that let me find it. It's a different article than this one here.
Are we talking about the same guy that assaulted an Asian man for being an Asian?
Nearly killed him. Blinded him in one eye, right?
Yeah. I mean, what was he doing that day? He obviously didn't skip church that morning.
Well, he was a young man.
I think this must have happened recently. It sounds like to me. I don't remember this. So Wahlburgers is a holy establishment, or is it just him, or does his brothers? Are they all in this?
I don't know anything about Wahlburgers, to be honest with you.
Look, they seem to do. They do a lot of good in the world, right?
I don't see them doing anything bad.
I mean, Wahlburgers writes itself. Saw. You know who's the cop in it? Donnie Wahlberg.
He was. That's right.
He does a great job in that. He's one of the better Saw characters.
Yeah, exactly. And there have been so many of the greatest actors in Hollywood history.
Okay, that's unnecessary.
Were murdered in this
He's also married to a colleague of mine, Jenny McCarthy. So you got to respect that. Great show, great lady, a legend in her own right. You know.
So is this?
Wait, we've got a guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on.
I used to love the Skater Boys. How are you? I'm Brie.
How you doing?
So you're from Australia? Oh, sorry. You have your. He's like.
What?
I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear.
I haven't said anything yet.
Headphones come in handy for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I
now I'm
said
saying
you're,
stuff.
You're from Australia?
Yeah. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Check you out.
I know.
How's it going?
Really good, thank you. Just trying to stay out of the heat. What's going on?
You don't like? Wait, you got a problem with heat?
No, I just, I came from Seattle, so I was wearing like a scarf and a beanie, and now I feel like I need to get my swimsuit and go swimming.
You do.
Honestly, right?
Brie Bella, by the way, joins us here in studio. Welcome.
Hello.
Andrew, are you super freaked out by her being in here? Because she's like one of the bigger wrestling champions of the world, and you're a wrestling butt sucker, so you got to be trembling in her presence, right?
Oh my gosh, are you a wrestling fan?
He's a huge fan. Huge.
Yes, even though you're 6'7", I can still take you on. That's right.
I saw an interview where you said that if you die in the ring, then that's part of the deal.
When you're
and you're willing to
for something.
You're willing to face that death. Now that you're a parent, are you prepared to die in the ring?
Now I'm not.
Right.
Now that I have a little baby.
Right. So you will not be as risky in the ring from here on out.
Well, that I can't promise, but I've always been smart in the ring, so.
You seem pretty fit after just having a baby. You one of those people that
Really?
just lifted weights until like the baby came out, but you were like doing crunches or something?
No, so I did a lot of hiking. That was
Yeah.
my thing. I went hiking 4 days a week.
When you were fully pregnant, or you're talking
Fully
about?
pregnant.
Okay.
Until finally my ankles were too swollen where I was like, can't do this anymore.
Okay.
But I think now I actually am going to start with a personal trainer next week because I still have 12 pounds to go. But I think being a mom, first off, you're breastfeeding every 3 hours, which burning calories. But also, I'm just carrying all this baby stuff all the time. And so then I'll just have it in my hand and then I'll start going like this because I'm like, it is heavy. It might as well be a workout.
Right.
But thank you for saying that. It makes me feel good.
Well, because you would be a weightlifter at heart, kind of, from your background, so you're addicted to it. I mean, you just admit you've turned your baby bags into weights.
Yeah.
So.
Gotta work out somewhere.
Right. So it's just not gonna.
Actually, I made a video yesterday for my YouTube channel where I was showing people, like, in my living room, like, I'll play with my baby, but how you can kind of do crunches or, like, certain things. Because it's hard for moms. Like, my little one, she's going to be 6 months, November 9th.
At that age, they're excellent free weights.
Yeah, and, like, I'll make little faces and, like, all these sound effects, and she loves it. And so you have to, you got to try to find a workout where you can, where you got to find out where you could sleep. I mean, she's right now, last night she woke up every hour and a half. And I had to be up at 4:30 a.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to sleep again.
Yeah, I've got two, so I remember that. I actually don't remember that much of it. It's only like flashes when people like you say that, and I go, oh yeah. I blacked that out because that's just a
How
job
old are
that.
your kids now?
12 and 8.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they don't.
So yeah, that was a while ago.
Everybody does that though. I think it's like a biological thing that we remember all the good stuff from when kids are little and we forget all
Totally.
the bad stuff. Like where you are right now, you probably find it impossible to believe, as I did, that you would ever not remember what it's like to be in the thick of this shit, and you will. You'll just forget. You're like, oh, it wasn't so bad, and then you'll have another one.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, it was even worse than I remember. That's the way we work.
I believe that.
So after 6 months, 6-month-year-old baby. So how long until you're maniac and kicking people in the face and stuff?
Well, definitely sometime in 2018.
So
And-
it's planned out. You know that's a return.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And my sister and I, we haven't been in the ring together for, a little over 2 years. So
Okay.
the Bella twins are coming back together.
That's big, right, Andrew?
Yeah, and her sister's had some injury stuff, so
Yeah.
it'll be very exciting to see them back in the ring.
It's kind of like you had an injury. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you sprained your uterus.
Exactly.
Yeah, with a
well,
baby.
I had an emergency C-section, so I went through
Emergency?
surgery. Yeah. I was
Does that
in
mean
labor
like at the
21
last?
hours.
Oh God.
And
Man.
actually, I showcased my birth last night on the season finale of Total Bellas.
What?
Yep.
Wait. Oh,
You
okay.
saw it all.
Wait, you didn't see it all, but you saw your face.
You saw, yeah. I mean.
Did you have a
obviously
really
things are-
ugly "I'm having a baby coming out of my vagina" face, or were you looking cool?
No.
Right, because I feel like that's
Very ugly.
Yeah, it's like almost. Yeah. You never
Well-
look. It can't be the most flattering angle of your life at instant, but you put it on TV.
Well,
It's like
and-
when the Chilean miners come out of the mine. They don't look their best.
At all. And I was in labor for 21 hours, so
That's
you're just the
insane.
IVs that are being pumped in you. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I'm getting 20 more pounds just in being in labor. I watched the footage last night and I was like, damn. But hey, But the thing is, for me, and I think any mom would say this, is you don't care what you look like because you're going through just like the miracle of life.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a beautiful experience that in that moment too, all I cared about was safety of my daughter. But so when I watched last night, I think I saw it from a different perspective. I actually watched my husband last night because that to me was a blur, just him next to me.
Fair enough.
And last
You had to be
night-
pretty focused.
Yeah, and last night I was like, oh, he never left my side. Just how he was, like, it was just.
You're not
it was
allowed to leave the
heart-melting.
side anymore. Like that's nothing to be bragging about.
Yeah,
He's
going-
not
going down
allowed
to,
to
Going
leave.
down to the pub is no longer an option for us.
Yeah.
No, or turning on sports, no.
Hey, my dad said he went and looked at cars, like at a car dealership.
Yeah, guys used to get a phone call
Yeah.
at the bar.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'd hand out cigars.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
world.
I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, I had to be right there for both of them, and the first one was a C-section, but it was a planned one, and that was, one of the probably the most almost like if I was stranded on an island and I had just realized that I was stranded on an island. The shock of it all, because it was a baby, and I'm like, oh, it's the baby. And then I'm like, oh, look at that hole.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, no big deal. And I'm like, bullshit. You mean on the street, if that happened, I'd be like, ah, everybody's dead. Because it looked like an injury where you just bleed out in a few seconds and die.
But isn't it amazing that your wife
That she
was
didn't...
anxiety during the whole process?
I think that's fair.
Do you, was there any point in that process where you thought maybe this would be better if there weren't TV cameras everywhere?
So, I had my doula's daughter, who's a doula, film it. Because I didn't want the big crews. And I thought having a doula film it, you know, they know birth. Like my doula, you know, I was, 455 birth that she's done. And I had the second largest placenta she's ever seen.
Shout out to you.
I know.
Does that mean you got a big baby?
Huge baby.
How big was the baby?
8 pounds, 11 ounces.
Right.
With a 14-inch head. Why I couldn't push her out. So
I make big babies too.
Yeah. Oh, she's just
I go double digits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're divorced. That's how big my babies are.
That's hilarious.
I'm not joking though. About the divorce.
So you had a doula. Were you gonna do the hospital thing all along, or were you planning on doing it in a whirlpool?
So I was planning on doing like a home birth, and then I realized like
You're psychopathic, and that's a terrible idea.
Maybe incense won't be enough to get me through this.
Exactly.
Hacky sack it out.
But I did labor naturally for 9 hours.
Oh man, what?
I know. And
Why
I
would
was
you?
just about 10 days late.
Is this like the tough thing inside you? Like you were like showing your husband, like, I'll hang out.
It wasn't for my husband, it was for myself. I mean, you think about like so long ago, women had no option but to like labor naturally, so why can't I do it?
Just knowing that you had that in your head makes sense why you went through the rest of it, because you seem like a pretty determined person.
Yeah.
And once you've looked at it from, wait, people have done this without any help back in the day, so I should be able to. So it doesn't matter how uncomfortable, how bad it looks, you're going to do, because I'm sure that somebody else did it before me, so I have to get it done.
How sweet was that epidural?
Oh my gosh, I took a 2-hour nap. After it was just about 9 hours, I literally looked at my doula and my husband. I'm like, nope, done. And then I got the epidural, took a 2-hour nap, and was back in labor.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think my wife took a shower after she got the epidural.
Yeah.
Oh,
like, I don't
really?
need to do it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Probably won't. And she's like, give me the fucking drugs, give me the fucking drugs. Woo, I'm gonna take a shower.
Man, my ex-wife had babies fast. Like, I know that one that got cut out. Of course it had to come out. But the other baby was just like, this is bad. He's actually a giant baby. The doctor's like, I didn't know he was going to be that big. And then we're going to have to cut the vagina. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, my God.
But then he just came out.
So, see, she's lucky now. Like, my sister-in-law, fast labor. And even my cousin, fast labor.
Yeah, the whole thing with, like, you're going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Then she had a baby.
Yeah,
there was
and she
everybody
looked
else's story.
After, I was like, awesome.
Well, she didn't look amazing. No, not like that sounds okay. Let me. She lost a lot of blood, and she had the wrong wristband on, so they wouldn't give her a transfusion. Is that the word for it? So they made her wait. Yeah. So I was with my daughter for the first 2 days, and I had to give her milk because my wife at the time was that trashed from having the baby and losing blood or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I was actually she was fine in the end, and it was kind of a good thing because I spent my life being a child, and then all of a sudden this baby came out, and it was like, here it is, Mr. Ellis, like, you're on your own, and my wife at the time was pretty much in and out of consciousness. Wow. She was sleeping, so I was like, whoa.
Was it a neat bond for you?
Yeah, it was really cool because there was
your little girl like relied on you.
I became responsible in like 4 hours just watching her because I couldn't go to sleep. My hand was like she had like the plastic bucket thing on the wheels, and they gave me a bed to sleep next to her, and I couldn't go to sleep because I was like, what if she figures out how to stand up and falls out? Not understanding what a baby could do or what it couldn't do.
But I get it.
Yeah, but it was cool.
So you were a pro skater, so that kept you young, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I still act like a child because of that. I have a shitty attitude because of it. It's good and bad, but yeah.
So in Total Divas, this season, my sister and I try skateboarding.
And you've never skateboarded before?
So my sister had done some skateboarding. I never had. And
ever?
No, and I went to the skate park, by the way. You had to see the bumps I took.
Yeah, I know, because why would you do that?
But
Why
th-
would
but
they
this
make
is
you
what I have
do
to
that?
understand about skateboarding.
Oh, you know what? I just realized. Whatever. You hit the ground. Like you hit the ground on purpose.
But you hit cement.
Yeah, but you fall on the ground every 10 seconds. We fall on the ground like maybe once an hour.
Okay, so it was like a 2-week recovery for me after some of the bumps I took in the skate park.
That's funny to know, because I also fight as well, and some of my fighter friends have tried to skateboard and they've fallen on things where I would think that's very low and you're not going very fast. And then if you kick them in the same spot, they don't feel it. But if they fall on a skateboard for some reason, there's some sort of body conditioning, there's a difference.
It's crazy.
I'm sure a horse rider or something that falls off doesn't. If we fall off a horse, we're going to hospital. We might not be coming out for a week. Dudes that fall off horses all the time go, ah, shit, my leg hurts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
So with the
but
wrestling
I give you a lot
thing,
of credit.
I know MMA fighters that have become wrestlers that have said, because I was one of those people that once again I would say skateboarding I would blame, where I'm better than everybody and you guys are all full of shit.
Yeah.
So wrestling comes out, and I was a fan of the Hulk Hogan era. Then I became far more driven into one thing only, and that's all I thought about, skateboarding. Then I moved to America, and then wrestling came back. My roommate was throwing diamond cutters up. And I'm like, diamond cutters. He's like, dude, DDP. I'm like, I don't know. And then he broke down the DDP and all that. And I was like, okay. Every now and then I drift in and out. And I'm like, I can respect this next generation of whatever the wrestling is. But I had to always tell people that it was fake. I don't know. There was something up my ass about telling people that your sport isn't real. And then from the MMA and the people that I know that are either in it or have done it. The biggest one was a dude that I know is really tough, and he's in Bellator. And he has wrestled, and he's like, dude, this shit fucking worked me. And I'm like, I know.
So now you don't say it's fake anymore.
No, and that tells me that if I was to do, it's set up, but you're still
storylines.
I also know that you guys create on the fly while you're going. I did not know that.
Yes.
I thought for the longest time that it was you planned every single thing, so that makes it way more dangerous. And I saw a video of you kicking someone in the face, and I was watching her. She was putting a forearm up. So it was hitting her forearm, but it was also hitting her in the head a little bit, and you were kicking her in the head a lot. So that means that you guys are doing a thing where I think after a week, I probably would say on Monday that I cannot.
Tap out.
Yeah, I cannot come
like,
anymore. Because you're gonna fire me, because now my wrestling, when I run at you, I'm hobbling, and I'm assuming you guys don't go for the hobbling guy that showed up. That's not cool, right?
Not at all. I mean, but you have to admit it's pretty badass. Like, you see these 9 women on a reality show, like, kicking each other's asses, which is great. But then, like, you see how, like, chic and, like, how we like to dress up, and we're, like, girly, too.
Do they want you to drink and fight each other?
No.
Nobody ever does that?
No, I mean, we definitely drink. Like, we definitely,
Nobody pokes?
enjoy. But, I think as we're professionals, like, we keep it, like, okay, we have our fun and party.
But you have egos, too.
We do. I mean, you'll see a lot of drama this season.
Okay.
Like, you definitely, because people are competing for one spot. And I think that's why I love our show, is that there's that competitiveness. Like, people are going for the Raw's women title or the SmackDown women's title. And, gosh, there's, like, 15, 20 girls going for only 2 titles. Like, there's drama. Like, huge drama.
Who do you think's going to win, Andrew?
Well, I want to see Bree potentially come back against Ronda Rousey.
Ooh.
3 matchups, so I'm hoping that takes place maybe in March or April next year.
So you put all
I
this
could
time
do
in,
that.
and you're gonna win this competition on reality TV, and then this chick's just gonna show up with no pro wrestling background whatsoever, and they want to give her a belt.
Oh, yeah, but wanting and her having it are 2 different things.
I like you. I want to watch that now.
Yeah, I mean, she could. I would wrestle circles around her in the ring.
Right, but you got to watch out for that judo thing.
Okay, like, yeah, her badass hip toss, I get it. I wouldn't sell it. I'd roll out and be like, didn't hurt.
You way taller than her, right?
No, I'm 5'6". I think she's 5'5"
okay.
or
Really?
5'6".
Yeah,
You
you
seem
look
taller
tall,
than
yeah.
5'6".
I think because of my boots, but I'm like 5'6".
Right.
So.
You look buff. You look
I
like
mean,
you got
I'm
those
strong.
things, yeah.
Yeah, I am strong.
You ever do steroids?
Oh my gosh, you out of your mind?
Why? Is it bad?
No, but look at me. I don't look like that.
I tried it once, it failed.
Did you
never
really?
even
Did it
get a
for
little poke to see
skateboarding.
what happened?
No,
Come
never.
on, why
I'm
not?
a hippie. I'm all natural.
Have you
Like,
always
I
been?
think the nature
I've
boy
always
did some
have.
steroids.
Yeah, but he's that's I don't know. I don't know, BS. I mean, I definitely.
I'm being told Ric Flair never did steroids. I strike that from the record.
I mean, I don't know. You have to ask him. But for me, I'm definitely like, I'm very bohemian and very hippie, so I'm like all natural. Well, I wanted to have a natural birth.
Oh yeah,
Makes sense.
But you couldn't handle the truth. What about goji berries? Do you take tons of them because they've got HGH in it?
I mean, I like goji berries, but like
it's weird because I like goji berries, but I don't really like goji berries.
Have you
like,
tried the chocolate covered ones?
Yeah, but you know what's better? Chocolate covered everything else.
Like, yeah, I know.
You know what? It's weird because I'll eat them and I eat a lot of them and I'm like, I'll put them in my oatmeal and I'm like, I'm really enjoying these goji berries. But I'm like, strawberries are like a billion times better. Yes, but I've heard that goji berries have Idiot. I just eat all. I do the same thing as you, but I also have 2 kids that want pizza, so every now and then I just eat the pizza.
Yeah, but that's going to be hard on me because I think of my daughter and I'm like, I don't want her to like want fast food or any of these things because I don't want them either. So
look, I don't get them fast food, but I still get them food where it doesn't have to be completely like they like tofu and they like salmon and things like that. But they also, I mean, my son more so. My daughter's already kind of grown up and she like reads things on the internet. Last night I went to check on her to make sure she was asleep and she wasn't using her phone. And she had, I mean, she doesn't listen to the show, so it's okay. But she had Glad wrap around her thighs.
What's that?
She Googled something that it did something that like helped you lose weight if you Glad wrap your thighs.
Oh my! Was she 12?
Yeah, and she's not overweight. Like she's just some. You know what I mean? I go, what's that? Nothing. And I'm like, oh, okay, then I'll butt it because Dad's not cool, so I have to butt out. And then I look at the phone and it's Google to check it out.
You need her to start looking at as a WWE superstar because us
women,
I feel like, like the one thing I like about us women is I feel like we're role models, and I think like young girls, like your daughter who's 12, would look at us and then like she would have to do that because I feel like you see like with a lot of reality stars and with the heavy influence on social media, like I'm sure she's tiny and perfect, but I feel like that's what I love about us WWE superstars is that we make young girls feel like that. Because now that I'm a mom of a young girl, I'm so like the type now. I'm like looking around and seeing like, oh, like who are role models and who would I want my daughter to like, be influenced by. And that's why I love our show is I think that our women on our show really stand like with confidence and we're empowering and I don't know, we just make people feel very good in their own skin.
Jason, make sure Devin watches season 7 of Total Divas, which debuts on E! on Wednesday, November 1st at 9 p.m. Bree, we have to let you go. We have another guest standing by.
It's really nice to meet you.
I know, you too.
I will recommend my daughter watch this because she's into YouTube stars and they suck. They're weaklings.
Yes, we can get her in the ring one day. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Future WWE superstar.
She's super strong.
I see it.
Yeah. Right.
Thank you, guys.
Let's get this turd in here. And new. What's up, TJ?
What's going on, brother?
How are you, buddy?
Doing good.
Good to see you.
You too.
Sit down, mate.
What's going on, brother?
We're in a hurry today, huh? The guests from the old switcheroo. We don't do that too often.
That was fairly well executed. That's as good a pit stop as we're gonna do.
What's up, dude?
Just doing the media rounds.
Haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
So it's always a weird thing because it's Dom is a good friend of mine. He helped me out with the fight that I had the other day. You have always been super cool to me to the point where I was like, I don't even know why, but he's super nice to me. So I've always, man, I don't know that many UFC fighters, but I would say you and Cody and Dom have all been individually nice enough to me to the point where I always recall it, and I consider you guys really cool.
Thank you.
And it's so funny that. And Uriah too. Like I'm friends with this pack of people that can't stand each other, and it's such a weird because I'm not like Ariel Lawani. I don't fucking know every dude in the UFC, but I do. Like I have all your numbers. It's such a and then I go on TV and I'm like, man, everybody hates everybody. Like it's terrible.
We're all chasing what each other wants. You know what I mean? So when you get some guys in there that are all very good at what they do. And they're chasing the same dream, you're gonna dislike the other guy. That makes sense, you know?
Yeah, no, it just seems like a lot more work. I feel like your division is one of the better, but it's also one of the most chaotic because it seems like everybody has real beef, whether it's true or not. Everybody sure as hell looks like it is. They really believe whatever it is that they're going about their story, their whole thing.
Absolutely, man. There's definitely some true beef there, but on my end of it, I try to avoid it as much as possible. I'm the guy that kind of likes to stick away from it. I don't know why. I'm just not going to be the guy that's going to change who I am from winning the belt. Or I don't feel like I've changed who I've ever been. You know.
I know you did. I feel like these people, you're a guy that really likes going to the gym and fighting, and you want to be the champion, and that's what you care about.
Pretty much.
Then there's, like, I don't want to have a big argument with you. I don't want to talk to you about what you did or what you didn't do. I'm not really prepared for that because I don't really think about that all day. And they keep trying to throw you into that.
You pretty much nailed it on
because
the head.
they're really good at that.
It's really
well, I wouldn't even say good. I would say Dom's good at it, and Cody's fucking terrifying. He just looks like he would legitimately street fight fucking everybody. And I'm like, dude, you can't actually punch him. Like, they have to stop the fight. Like, if you weigh in and he punches TJ, Dana can't just say, we've all waited a long time. We're going to let it go. Yeah. And he worries me. Like, if I'm Dana, I'm like, don't let him get near TJ.
Yeah, because only some of it can be an act, right? And then he's one of those guys that's got a short fuse, so you never really know. But it's one of those things that'd be a really bad choice on his end because this is a big fight.
Yeah.
We want this shit to happen.
Yeah, really. I mean, and then there needs to be this because it's to me it's 4 of you still because you tie in Demetrius because to me, he was in here the other day and he's a very smart dude and he knows what he's doing and
very cerebral fighter.
I get it too. I get his angle and he's playing it the right way as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, he has to fight one of you 3 because as a fan and as a fight fan and a guy that fights, I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know who is the best out of all 4 of you because I think on any day, everybody has an argument to be the champion of both weight classes.
Absolutely. I don't know if Dom can make 25s. He's bigger He's bigger than all of us. I feel like at the 35s.
Oh, okay.
I know that me and Cody can make it. Cody's not that big. I can make 25s. It'd be tough for Dominic to make 25s.
Okay. Well, I feel like Dom is the only one that has beaten him. That he doesn't need to do it as much as you two. But if he did beat you two, then none of us are going to be happy until because I feel like Demetrius has been so dominant that I don't want to disrespect anybody that he's fought because I know they're gnarly, but they're not you two.
We have a stacked weight class right now, and he's the pound for pound kingpin right now, so it's something that we want to chase. We're all climbing that mountain. We want to be the best in the world, and he's got that crown. So the plan is to get him.
So what's the deal with because I watched The Ultimate Fighter as much as I could, and what's your trainer? Wait, no, there's another trainer from Alpha Male that just had a fight, which was real weird because I wasn't sure that he was an actual fighter, and I remember he was in Dwayne's face, and I remember going, dude, that's Dwayne Ludwig.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect. And who are you? Could Dwayne just fucking knock your ass out?
That was Justin Buckles. He was a fighter. I mean.
Okay, so he does have a fight career before that.
Yeah, I think he's been fighting for a long time. He's 1-4 in the UFC.
Oh, okay. He's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait, but I thought the video he put it. The last fight he had wasn't in the UFC.
No, he got cut a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
So he was one of the early guys in the UFC.
Oh, okay, now I got
you. He's from Alaska. Was in the UFC when he was in Hawaii. He was in Hawaii. He got into the UFC. Started training at Alpha Male. So he was the first guy that trained at Alpha Male that was ever in the UFC because we were all 155s and below.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he was the only one that was a 55 and above that was able to get in the UFC because it was WEC back in those days.
Right, of course.
So yeah, he's got a fight career.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he had to get angry at Dwayne.
He's just trying to make a name for himself as well. This is all this hype and all this drama and bullshit is to kind of like build each other's names, I guess. He's trying to be the best coach in the world now, and Dwayne won that 2 years in a row at some award, and so he's trying to call Dwayne out that Justin taught me everything I know. It's just been a bunch of drama, really.
Wait,
I'm sorry. Have you ever? I'm not accusing you of ever having taken part in this. Do you think that fighters ever text each other and go, "Okay, I'm going to go say this," and then you're going to get pissed and go say that because we can help each other out that way?
I don't think it's ever gone that far. I think there are multiple people that know that there's a selling of a fight and they'll play into it. but I don't think you're gonna script it like that. At least I don't think so.
You would not participate in that.
No, man. Like I told you, I mean, I try to avoid that shit for the most part.
Well, I find it so funny that whatever's gone on between you and Cody, you've spent 100 more times talking about your guys' relationship than actually having a relationship.
I never had a relationship with him. I was never his friend. Like,
Exactly.
He came into Team Alpha Male when I was on my way out. You know, I was training in Denver with Dwayne, and he was coming in. I was coaching practices, so I was more of his coach than anything. I was never a friend outside the gym. Like, I was running practices when he was there. I was holding mitts for him before his first UFC fight. So,
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was helping him out. I mean, that's what we were teammates. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We weren't friends. We were teammates. And so this whole beef is a build up from Team Alpha Male and Uriah behind him a little bit, you know. So I guess it brings in a lot of tension, which is a good thing. But like I said, I've been in a good spot, man. So it's been a good journey for me, and leaving has been the best choice in my career.
Don't think it was easy though.
No, for sure not.
Seemed
dude.
like out of anybody leaving a gym and going to another one, you had the biggest drama out
The
of
only
anybody I
one.
can think of it.
I mean, think of anybody else that left the gym and got any shit really.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I mean, Team Alpha Male. That's how they started. Is because they had people coming from all over the world to train at one spot because we have a bunch of badasses there, you know.
Yeah.
And it was open doors and welcome. But now this created bullshit because Uriah and Dwayne hated each other. Like Uriah wants to be the alpha male. I mean, that's the whole name of his team. But he wants to be that guy in control.
Well, he started it, didn't he?
Yeah, he started it,
Yeah.
but he was never the coach. He was always a fighter as well. We never had a coach.
Okay.
It was like when I first got there, it was just a bunch of fighters beating the shit out of each other. We sparred like 4 days a week. Definitely not healthy. Just going in there and making each other tough, you know.
I did hear about that.
And then like three years into
Fuck, we have to leave? Fuck, man. Hate you for not fucking getting in time. I got so much to talk to you about.
Sorry, brother.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep.
Fucking show. I can't go long next time. So you think that you've got this fight?
Oh, I know I do.
You know you do.
I know I do.
And why do you know you do?
I'm just the more fight IQ. I'm fight IQ.
You're smarter than
guy.
him.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to use that against him. He's a very reactive fighter. He's quick. He's powerful. Don't get me wrong. Cody's great. You know, he's got some good attributes. Even when he came in the gym in the beginning, you know, he was good. But I'm definitely winning November 4th. I mean, that belt was mine from the whole time. I know you like Dom, but
I like everybody.
I've whooped his ass.
May the best man win. Fucking
Yeah.
I'm not
UFC 217, big card.
Yeah.
TJ Dillashaw.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Absolutely.
All right. See you, everybody. Don't die. Fucking can't believe we got booted out that quick. Son of a bitch.
You guys are on a time frame, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard time down.
It just takes.
My
all
bad. I
day.
didn't even know we were late. I've
Dude.
just been on the path, just from one to the next.
Best of luck,
Hey,
dude.
good seeing you
Seriously,
again.
always good
Absolutely.
seeing you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck, bud.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
You guys want to get a quick photo together?
Yeah.
You want to do it in here or step and repeat?
It's just here's good. You know what? Fucking light sucks in here. You got a camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you like your first fight?
It was.
King of the Cage, right?
That was as smooth a transition as we could have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was good.
Oh, she's fine, yeah. We could have talked to both of them for longer.
Yeah.
I feel like our people are actually, like, really, like, not happy that I brought up the steroids.
Oh, her people? Oh, they were, yeah. I mean, they were like, because I told Jenny, hey, can you clear with TJ, or with Bree's people, that TJ will just be sitting in for the last hour. And supposedly I was cool, but then when I told them, hey, the fighter will be arriving, they were like, well, we can't do that now. I was like, Christ, you'd already approved it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have gone well with both of them in here. I thought it was good by themselves, just short.
Yeah, no, it would have been great if we had TJ for a half an hour and then she'd sat down for 20 minutes and you'd been around for it. That would have been
switcheroo would have been great.
That would have been fine.
Yeah.
Particularly in that order to where you get your hard questions out with TJ, and when it gets kind of loose and a little bit off topic, then you bring in another person.
It would have been cool to ask him about Rousey with her here and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any creative meetings scheduled for any time soon?
We want to do one next Tuesday.
Okay. Just so you know, tomorrow I have. I'll be here for the whole show and all that. I have meetings with prospective executive producers tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Right after the show. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in double digits with asses I've received, so we can probably do Ass Master tomorrow.
That's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's a Good Friday thing.
Yeah. Yeah. More loose.
Yeah, Tom Sagan Church has not texted me back his ass.
Yeah, but you know what?
He also didn't text me back, yes, I'm okay after the hurricane.
Yeah, I texted him about something, like, I forget what it was, but like the one time I've ever texted, he wrote me back and like, yeah, he'll leave his phone in his car for like 2 weeks. Like,
oh no, he texted me not that long ago saying, "Oh, I have to talk to you about something," and I said, "Yeah, man, I'm here. Call me." And I never heard from him again.
Yeah,
it's just fun being like, "Hey, can you shoot me a picture of your ass?"
Yeah. I'm convinced Dustin now thinks I'm gay.
Okay.
I like his show. I mean, it's good. Like the Little House on the Prairie's good. You know.
Is it really God preachy?
No,
Not
but
really.
it's got but the whole family can definitely watch it together.
Is it 10 o'clock or 9?
Any family, huh?
What time is it there?
I don't know.
It's not 10 o'clock probably. The whole family can watch it.
It's 8 or 9.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's nothing. I like family entertainment.
It's wholesome. Very wholesome show.
There's been some great family entertainment. Cosby Show's family entertainment.
That shit's great.
Just saying, it's not like impossible.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally.
The whole family used to watch Golden Girls. Not a problem.
What's the Michael Landon?
Funny.
Michael Landon.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah,
Like I said,
yeah. Hey, I watched the pilot episode of Little House on the Prairie recently, and it was actually really good and really made you think about that time period.
I listened to a really funny interview. It wasn't a funny interview. It was one part of an interview with Jason Bateman.
Mhm.
That at the last season of the show, the kids had gotten too old, so they needed more little kids. So he was basically supposed to be like a mom or a dad was riding on a stagecoach, and the horse went crazy, and so Michael Landon came along and like got